From the Keith Vincent Carroll Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media proudly presents Is This Real? Welcome to Season 9, folks. Tonight, we're going to start with the Mandela Effect. What is it? Now, your host, JC3.
Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic season of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight's episode, as Dad said, on our Season 9 opener, we are talking about, what is it, parapsychology, I believe the word is?
Yes.
Parapsychology. And we're talking, our first episode is about the Mandela Effect. Now, the Mandela Effect is going to be brought to you by Dubby! See how I did? I changed it up there. Dubby, go to dubby.gg, punch in the code IsThisRealPC to get 10% off all your Dubby products.
And what is Dubby?
Dubby is an energy drink.
Okay.
That's right. It comes in powdered form.
Any flavors you recommend?
Dragon.
Dragon fruit.
Yes!
Yeah, the Dragon Age
They
is
don't-
fucking good.
Yeah, they
Fantastic.
unfortunately, I looked, they don't have a flavor called gun. So,
Aw.
no,
Damn it.
Already
disappointed.
So, first off, we went through Season 8. We did what we did in Season 8. That's Curses. It's behind us now. Welcome back, Joshua Roblox.
Woo!
Welcome back, Rody.
The block has returned.
What's going on,
Yes,
everybody?
I will introduce you first. Roblox is here. Behind me, I have the Pope himself.
I'm the Pope.
Across from me, I have Big Joe. Dad, say hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our program.
I have Mr. West. Mr. West is in the building.
I'm here.
Damn, you disappoint. And then I have Cito.
Hola.
You never let him know your next move.
Okay. So, like I said, gentlemen, we're talking about not the Nelson Mandela Effect, the Mandela Effect. That is the proper term for it.
Yes.
Now, it is obviously named after Nelson Mandela, right?
Yes.
Yes.
See.
Yes.
So, let's. Who has the
Who is
origins of you have the origins, Dad?
I'll go with it first.
All right.
Okay.
So we'll talk about the origins, and then we'll talk about what sport.
All right, a little backstory on the Mandela Effect. Basically, what it comes down to is it's false memory. Okay, when a group of people will believe something for so long and then really find out, well, you know what, it's not that way. It's not the truth. Okay, and in 2009, a girl by the name of Fiona Broom, she created a website as in to the how do you say
Spit it out, Junior. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And it was an observance of the phenomena. In other words, she's going to talk about all this. She actually thought Nelson Mandela died in jail in 1998, when in fact he died in 2007. Everybody believed he died in 1998. It was a gimme. Everybody knew it, but then somebody said, "Oopsie, he's out. He got out." He
Mandela
became-
passed away in 2013.
2013. I'm sorry. And then he decided
Fucking Christ.
Christ had nothing to do with it. He died a long time ago.
Hit him in the back of the head. Maybe he'll get his facts straight. Jesus
Hold
Christ.
on, there is a Mandela effect about Jesus. I'll talk about that in a minute. You just brought
No,
that.
we won't.
No. I'm being serious. It's not a cruel joke or anything.
Anti-religious prick.
Oh, no. Well, you want an example? I'll give you
All
an
right.
example.
I'm gonna give you I'll give you an example.
Okay.
In the Star Wars movie, everybody, you talk to everybody, it's like, Luke, I am your father. How many people heard that?
Yes, it's always misquoted that way.
Okay, it is not Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
It is no, I am your father.
No.
Yes.
Search your feelings, Luke.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened.
We're
Okay.
huge Star Wars
But everybody, well, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't know you guys were.
But no, but that's you're absolutely
No,
right.
no, that's a good-
good
yeah, that's-
example.
Okay, so that's one of the things that people for years been quoting that. I've never seen the movie, so I can't say. But
You've never seen Star Wars?
no, I'm not a Star Wars guy.
How
We're not going to
fuck
get
you
into that.
un-American motherfucker.
No, I can't say I'm un-American. I like Star Trek.
Oh, you're a Trekkie?
Yes, I am.
You're a Trekkie also?
My father used to watch it a lot growing up, okay?
Star Trek is the shit. And if there was no Star Trek, there'd be no Star Wars. And I'm not going to
Okay,
get into
I
it.
understand that. And
Okay, so
that's
that's it then.
a thing.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Okay.
Jean-Luc Picard. That's all I gotta say.
Isn't that
We're
the guy
not-
with the ears? That Spock
No,
guy?
that's
that's
Patrick
Spock.
Stewart.
Live long and jerk off. No?
Okay,
No.
so
Let's live long and prosper, and then they scissor each other. Keep going.
Right off the rails all of a
I
sudden.
already don't want to be on this podcast.
Just like I should have stayed on break.
okay, so now I'll give you another
I'm
example.
done quoting you, Josh.
The location of New Zealand. Where in New Zealand where is New Zealand in relation to Australia? Anybody know?
Off the
North.
south. Southwest coast.
If you look at a map, you will see that it's southwest of the
Southeast
country.
coast. Sorry.
However, there is a community of people who claim to remember New Zealand being northeast instead of southeast.
I mean, I just said it, so I was like, it's north, and I said it with my whole chest.
No, I got.
general direction.
I said Southwest because then I realized that West and East are two different. I meant Southeast.
Of course you did.
'Cause I have bad
Of course you
directions.
did.
You're directionally challenged.
I am.
going a little deeper.
The only West.
Like I said earlier.
Oh, going deeper.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, okay, it's false memories.
Use some
A
spit.
more likely explanation for the Mandela effect involves false memories. Before we consider what is meant by false memories, let's look at an example
Memories that are false.
of the Mandela effect, and we just did, as it will help us to understand how memory can be faulty and may lead to the phenomena that we are now describing. How many people in this room have actually believed something for years and years and years and found out it wasn't true?
I remember like back in like 06 that like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett got like a divorce, and it was like I remember seeing like magazines all over the place in the supermarkets and shit, and apparently that is something of the Mandela effect where it's like false memory, because for some strange reason I do remember them like getting divorced way back in the day like that, but it never happened.
How many people in this room, and now, how many people in this room know who Alexander Hamilton is?
Yes.
Alexander Hamilton,
Yeah, I want
the old president.
No, he was never the
Never
Hold
a
on a
president.
Hold on a minute. Exactly. And who was Alexander?
Wasn't he the third president?
No, he was
No,
not.
it was not.
not.
It was
Who
Jefferson.
was Alexander Hamilton? Most Americans learned in school that he was a founding father of the United States of America.
Yeah, freaking.
but that he was
works
not.
for the Rothschild, bitch
But
ass
that
motherfucker.
he
No,
was
he
not a president.
No,
And
he
you're
did not.
You're in another episode, another season.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
However, went after his whole lineage.
He
like,
he was the only founding father who was an immigrant of a different country, who worked to be the treasurer.
wasn't he
of
from
the-
Barbados?
Yeah, he worked
no.
for the Rothschilds.
No,
yo.
he did not work for the Rothschild.
Yeah, he did. Yo, yeah.
No, I mean he started the banking system in America.
Exactly.
And the
exactly.
Rothschilds abused
Hold on.
it.
Time out. Okay, we're done. He didn't start the banking system. What he did was, he
wanted a central bank.
collected our finances and used all the states into one central area
Right.
instead of each state.
So he started the central banking system.
He worked
Correct.
for the
Okay.
Rothschilds, yo. Like I'm
Okay.
not bullshitting with what I'm
Okay.
talking about. He worked for the Rothschilds.
Where did this
I mean-
come from?
That led to the War of 1812 with the fucking banking taking over this country. That's it. There we
What?
go.
What?
It wasn't the War of 1812 with Native Americans?
They didn't have any banks.
That's when England attacked.
Okay.
I mean, they traded corn.
Well, look,
and
I
shit,
have-
but they didn't have
look.
like a bank of corn.
I have a couple examples over here also.
Please,
if you want
anything.
to, if you want to start talking about examples, but let's go around the room and like, do you have anything that you remember that you thought was one way that it really wasn't? Now-
No, I really don't, because I'm a deep thinker. I don't really, I mean, it could actually be. What the fuck is that look for, Clark Kent?
I'm a deep thinker.
Don't break your arm jerking yourself off. there,
Serious,
Cat.
Jesus Christ, my God.
Because I deal in fact. That's why. Anyway. Oh, this is going to be pick on dad night, all right? Okay, got Chrome Dome finally back in the building, and now these are all going to go off? Well, jerk me off, all yous, okay?
No, thank you.
All
You
right?
first.
No. My
Okay,
God.
so Mr. Deep Thinker, you had nothing that you thought was
The closest thing that I can see to a Mandela effect that I know of for me would be misheard lyrics. And it's for singing a song one way for 30 years and reading the lyrics go,
Oh,
fuck.
so the
Oh, yeah,
whole
that makes
Michael
sense.
Jackson thing.
Huh?
You know the
Mama say,
Mama say,
Mama
Mama Sam, I'm not
Hey,
going.
those aren't real words.
That's not the
Yeah,
lyrics.
those aren't
It's
the lyrics.
it's I'm gonna say I'm not gonna stop or some shit like that. That's what the lyrics are.
Right, that's the
Or
closest for
what
me
do you call
anyway.
it? They did that for the Pina Colada song. Like for a long time, people heard
Hold
the
on,
lyrics of the Pina
I
Colada
think-
song one
Nah.
way.
Hold on. I think this is a fried cheese moment. What's going on, guys? What,
Wait, you really try? Mama say, Mama say, Mama. Yo,
That's not
Those
the
not
lyrics.
it.
That's
We're-
not the
That's
lyrics.
not it.
No.
That's not the lyrics. No,
It's like I thought I told you
Where my
before.
phone
I'm gonna say it again or something.
I'm not
like
gonna
that.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say I say. I'm gonna refuse to believe that.
What's
but
the name
that's-
of the song?
But that's some
Google the
shit.
fucking lyrics, dude.
dude, what is the name of that song? That's on.
I'm
It's
trying
want to be
think.
starting something.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
be starting
wanna be
something.
starting something.
Yeah, brain fart.
There ain't no way.
Well, you guys look, because when I say a fried cheese moment, that comes from me and Anthony were talking about fried mozzarella sticks, And Anthony goes, that's just fried cheese. And it blew Teresa's mind. She goes, that is the simplest way to say mozzarella sticks. I'm like, well, that's what the fuck it is. It's fried cheese. And it blew her fucking mind. She was dumbfounded for like an hour.
I can see that.
They're dumbfounded right now. They really thought that Michael Jackson went up to the mic and just, Mama say, Mama stop, stop, poopa.
It sounds like something he might do.
No.
But no, he would not do
Who-
that.
how-
He's
how would you
saying
sit there-
actual
I'm on
lyrics.
Genius right now, and that's exactly what it's telling me. Mama say, Mama,
And genius don't lie.
Makusa.
It's not.
That's one
it.
website.
Okay, hold on, Eric.
That's one website.
I got here, Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa.
Is it?
That's what I got here.
Are you guys having a Mandela effect?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No.
Yes, maybe
Yes.
you're wrong.
We got 3 different fucking lyric companies here now that have told
Bam!
us.
Alternate universe.
Yep.
Where were you?
Okay.
Where were you? Where what was that? What was that? I'ma say, I'm a waggle, what?
I'm gonna say it now. I'm not gonna stop or some shit like that.
What the fuck?
Okay. well,
He does post amble stuff like it'll be Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa, help me sing it, babe. And then he does it again. And he goes he like he does everything. Yeah, yeah, sing it to the world.
That's all I want. We need a whole podcast of Dad just reading Michael Jackson lyrics. He.
Well,
Here's what I heard. It was called. I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop.
Yes.
That's what I heard. That's what I read on the internet. That's what it's actually.
I don't see any of that in this fucking
How do you
thing.
spell Manakusa?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I dare you guys. Find it.
M-A.
Hold on,
M-A-
not hold on.
Hold
On
on.
Genius, on Genius, it says that Mama say, Mama sa, Mama makusa translates to "You're a vegetable, you're a vegetable." I don't know. If,
Yeah, I saw that and I was like
you
really
want me to start
questioning-
something, you fucking vegetable?
Yo,
Hold on.
Yo, hold
Was
up,
Michael
hold up.
Jackson
Hold up,
anti-disabled?
No. Hold up. We're not gonna deny the fact that Michael Jackson was one of the most gangster motherfuckers of all time, bro. He was out here just slinging dick like that.
Slinging dick. He had 2 children and was afraid of vagina. What do you mean slinging dick?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
yo.
He fucked Elvis's daughter. You
Yeah.
gotta be a brave motherfucker
Billie
to go after
Jean, that's not
Elvis's
my
daughter.
son. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, that man was already having
Oh my
issues.
God.
Anywho,
Michael Jackson was gangster.
let's
Can we get back
let's
to
get
topic?
let's get back to the topic here because like
So the jury's still.
the jury's out on Mama
Michael
say
Jackson.
Mama Saba Makusa.
Boy, am I sorry I brought this up.
So Dad, you talked about the Luke I am your father thing.
Yes.
Hold on.
What
What about Sito? You got anything that you thought?
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing.
Oh yes.
The Monopoly Man.
The Monopoly Man is one.
Yes.
You always thought you had a monocle?
Yes.
I thought
Okay.
he had a wait. The eyepiece, right?
That,
No, he doesn't
no,
have one.
He does not have a monocle. Where that stemmed from was the Ace Ventura movie when
No. I did research on this because he tried to use the argument against me. We're not gonna do this.
Okay,
Okay,
relax.
calm down. Nobody's twisting
Yo,
your nipple.
hold up.
Calm,
Have some.
calm
It's not
down.
product placement, but have a Snickers.
That is product placement.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Stop it! Stop! No, we're gonna get sued.
We are not sponsored.
I'm kind of hungry.
So
So-
if you looked into it, educate me, bro. What's going on with
Okay,
that?
so it goes based off of statistics and actual
Hey, look, there's one with the monocle on it.
So I actually did a research in what's it called about actual viewership of Ace Ventura of my
Please
age.
put your
Yeah.
mouth on the mic
No.
because
You-
that's
you-
why.
otherwise
That's
we
why.
can't hear you,
Yeah,
bro.
that's why we lose your audios because you're just sitting there going like this.
Yeah, don't worry about seeing me. Just talk
He's
to the mic.
slipping. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
What the hell did I drop?
Boy, Cito, they're on you tonight.
No. So viewership amongst your age of
Amongst my
Ace
age.
Ventura Nature Calls. What nature?
So
calls?
basically,
Because you fall in the millennial category, right?
I don't know.
Not you.
Technically, one of the definitions, anybody who's a millennial is under the age of 41.
Yeah, that is.
Holy
But like it
shit.
also goes to like
Generation.
98. So
I'm on the very edge of one. I
yeah,
think I'm very edge millennial.
yeah, you're the edge between millennial and alpha. I think
What?
generation alpha.
I don't even.
Okay.
So when it comes to Ace Ventura, the issue is when it comes to my generation and like people my age and below, I think the viewership overall of any Ace Ventura movie, period, whether it be online. Now this is documented,
Yeah.
as in anything that they can document. So anything pirated is a different story, or DVDs.
Sure.
Which you should not do, by the way.
But I think it was about like 40%, 30 to 40%. So in turn, let's just say I was born in 2002. And I know one argument you brought up in the TikTok was Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And of course, Jim Carrey's a big actor. But let's use my age, born 2002, September 10th. From there forward, Jim Carrey did 9 movies, 1 being a cameo, 5 documentaries, 5 to 6 shows, with 2 of them being specific episodes.
Was Bruce Almighty out at that time? No, right?
I don't know.
Oh, six?
No,
that
Now
might have
take
been,
consideration, once a child starts recognizing actors, they're not going to be. So let's add like maybe 8 to 10 years.
Sure.
So 2002, I would be 8 or 10, and then it cuts down some of
came
those
out the-
movies
it
that
came out
came out
03.
in between then. So after that, let's take out rated R movies that a parent would not want a 10-year-old to see.
Right.
It brings it down to another 4 movies,
Sure.
2 of them being Sonic. So the actual viewership of Jim Carrey and people saying I want to go back, especially around my generation, goes down dramatically when actually looking at statistics.
I have a question. In those statistics, are they just talking about going to the movies and seeing the movie, or are they?
They're talking about viewership of anything Jim.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking of, because if I'm gonna be honest with that, if I'm gonna talk about viewership and anything like that, because I didn't go to the movies and see any of the movies, what I saw was Anthony and Amanda watching it, and I'm there watching it with them.
That's another thing. I also brought up percentages of possibilities of families with older siblings above my age, but I basically did it so that it's my age as the oldest,
Right. Okay.
and then younger.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get you. So, like, from your age
Okay.
group, if you are the oldest in your family, the likelihood of you seeing that movie is diminished because you didn't grow up watching Jim Carrey movies.
Exactly.
Right, I
Because
get
Jim
what you're
Carrey's movies, like,
mostly
Yeah,
90s.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
Yeah,
mostly
it was mostly
90s
a 90 thing.
Yeah.
Now it's different for you guys.
Sure.
You guys were around the age. You definitely saw the movies. So
When you take out any statistics, and I think Josh will consider your talking statistics with us means nothing. We're completely different as far as the Keolas are completely different than everybody else.
that's another thing.
It's
We
like
are-
trying to smell the color green. It doesn't work with us.
Joshua, do you say yes or no to that?
As a best friend of your family for at least what 18 years now.
We're going on 20.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm going on 20. You guys aren't capable of jack shit. I could ask you 2 + 2. You guys would still say 15. Like, let's be honest.
No, but I understand what he's saying. Like, the likelihood of someone of his generation to see that movie is a lot less than someone of our generation because we grew up with that movie.
And the thing with the whole Monopoly Man thing is that it's not just, for example, my age. Like I'm 20. Like there are middle schoolers that believe the same exact thing.
Sure.
So it
So where does that
obviously
come from, then?
changes. Like where does it come from? Well, if you actually want to point out, it's because of classism.
The stereotypical rich man would
Stereotypical
have the
rich
monocle.
rich man that may have been seen, especially between older and newer cartoons.
Yeah.
Especially,
Like,
they're usually seen with the suit,
yep.
maybe some kind of vest, a monocle on.
Mr.
And they all
Peanut. Hold
talk
on. Like,
like
Mr.
this.
Peanut has a monocle.
Mr. Peanut is the same exact way.
Yeah.
And Mr. Peanut can, like, if someone were to take him, like, and class him as, like, upper, lower, middle, whatever it may be, they may say upper just because of classism and biases.
Like, we don't even know his first name. It's always been Mr. Peanut. So
And that's
he's
why I buy
he
those
commands
peanuts.
respect right from the get-go.
Because if there's a classy guy on the thing, they have to be really good.
So
Yeah.
if anything is going to come from the Monopoly Man, it's more classism and what we might have seen in stories and cartoons,
Right.
whatever, of depictions of what the rich will look like.
So we think of the stereotype and apply it to all its Mr. Moneybags from Monopoly. He's
Exactly,
gonna
this is
have a
just the
monocle.
same way. Like, let's look at
I got
Powerpuff
you.
Girls.
I
Well,
got you.
let's just put it like this. If you turn Mr. Peanut into a human, I would say he would
Yeah.
look like Mr. Monopoly.
But
Right,
also-
but Mr. Monopoly doesn't have one.
No, I understand that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't have a
What
peanut.
about everyone in the Powerpuff Girls? Like,
sure.
remember the mayor?
Yeah.
Same exact way. Top hat, the vest,
Yep.
suit. monocle.
So I guess what I'm saying. So when I made the argument with you, I agree with you what you're saying. I guess I missed the broader picture, because that scene from Ace Ventura is exactly that. It's the man who's richer, who's got the thing, and it helps that he calls him Mr. Monopoly. You must be the
it
Monopoly
just correlates
guy.
to that.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
may help for
It's
your
a-
section.
Yeah, it's a good example
All
of
right.
the overall idea.
So we're gonna take a short little break. Shut up, Anthony. We're gonna take a short break, and we're going to continue discussing our own examples of the Mandela Effect, and
After redundancy.
we will be right back. Hey everybody, I'm JC3.
And I'm Mr. West.
And this episode is brought to you by Dubby. Made by professionals in the USA, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crash. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, including the patented neurofactor. You know what Dubby doesn't give you?
What is that?
No calories,
No calories.
no sugars,
No sugar.
no fillers,
No fillers.
and no artificial flavors. When the raw ingredients arrive to their FDA-registered and inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP guidelines, they undergo a quarantine while a small sample of each ingredient is taken to test for any impurities, while also being tested to ensure that the ingredients are actually what they are supposed to be and have the proper dosage.
And once the ingredients pass all the tests, then they're cleared to get mixed into the formula. So head on over to dubby.gg and use our offer code IsThisRealPC for 10% off your first order. That's DUBBY.GG and use the code IsThisRealPC for 10% off. They have great flavors such as Galaxy Grenade, Dub Sludge, Passion Joy Tea, Monkey Madness, and Dragonade. My personal favorites.
Dragonade right here. I got Dragonade right here. Delicious.
Drink Dubby.
And be better.
These products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, this is JC3 speaking. If you want to know more about Is This Real Podcast and our parent company Green Hour Media, then visit greenhourmedia.org. You can find and follow all of our social media pages through our website. If you love our content, then you can support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Patreon page. Remember, that is greenhourmedia.org.
Welcome back as we continue our episode about the Mandela Effect. This episode again is brought to you by Dubby. Go drink Dubby. Go to dubby.gg, punch in the code is this real PC,
Punch shit.
and you can get 10% off
Except for
your
women. Don't punch
Dubby
women.
products. What?
Can it give me the energy to beat up a pre-K school?
No! This is our what the fuck, sir? Dubby, I swear to God, we're not using your drink to do any of those things.
We are
No
not
domestic
beating
violence.
up children.
Or women.
Please.
We're not beating up anyone. Let's just say that.
I
Yeah,
gotta
we
live
don't
up.
we don't beat up people.
But I did drink W.
I did
Yeah,
spar
yeah,
with a
through
woman
good
today.
gaming set.
He
Okay.
sparred in his Muay Thai class, which is a good thing. There's a
She actually
supervisor
kicked
there.
my ass.
Good.
She swept me a few times.
Okay, so we're gonna get back to this. Joshua, do you have any examples in your life of you of the Mandela Effect coming out to,
I mean,
Happening to you.
not happening to you, but
not specifically. I mean, there's the same general ones like you
that
know,
everybody knows?
Yeah, that everybody knows the Darth Vader line, shit like that. The thing with the Monopoly Man. I think there was one with Pringles too, but I think it's because they actually intentionally changed
They did, yes.
his design.
So they did?
Wait. Pringles had a.
I was about to bring this over here, but it's not Pringles, so it's actually Lay's Stacks,
Dick.
which is actually better to me. Lay's Stacks is
Whatever.
Damn
For
it, we're never
me-
gonna have Pringles as a sponsor now.
You shut your mouth. I'll defend Pringles in my life.
Anywho, so
Anyway,
Barbecue
for
flavored
me-
and that pizza flavor is pretty
what's the
fire.
one that fucks you up the most though?
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I believe all the other ones because I think there was one.
Yeah, make a joke.
So for me, it's more the memory biased. It's just like I remember something growing up and then learn it later. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, okay. All right. Well,
You're more chill.
yeah.
Like, I
'cause it's
guess
like,
I was wrong.
yeah, because it's like I studied psychology as best I could when I did, and it's like there's things you learn that you do have memory bias. It doesn't matter what happens. at all. It's like, okay, I remember this, and then someone goes around like, no, it happened this way. Like, I swear to hell, it remembered this way, and then someone got fucking knocked out.
It's
like,
it's why eyewitnesses are not like all that credible in court. Like
exactly.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I actually later on when we
Okay, good.
when we discuss false memories, I actually have all that written
we'll
down.
pitch
Okay.
that back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so you could do the layup. Ant, if you take the one I'm thinking of, I'm gonna hit you.
No, I can't. How the fuck am I gonna know this one you're thinking of? We're doing the telepathic episode a few episodes from now, not now.
Just go.
I don't
Was
know.
it-
Like, there's a
was
lot
it
of them.
typically
Like, there's so
the same?
many of them out there now. And like, okay, you know what? The one I will say legit fucked me up, and I think it's the Berenstain Bears.
Motherfucker.
It's not. It's the Berenstain Bears.
Yes, it's the Berenstain Bears.
And I think that's.
Do you know what the Berenstain Bears is?
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the
I
Berenstain
said
Bears
Bernstein
is?
because I struggled to say.
Aren't those the gummy bears?
No.
No,
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 no.
it was a book.
It was a child's book, dude.
Yeah, they were.
Excuse
They
me
were.
for not being a child.
See, I would have went, excuse me for not reading, but I get you. I get that.
No, you know what it is? It's like I read. Like our grandmother bought us so many of those fucking Berenstain books.
Yeah, we had like 30 of them.
Yeah, we had like a library of them. And growing up, as she even read them to me, as Berenstain Bears, and I think it's really based off the idea that when you look
know
at
what
that,
you know what I just realized?
it's a long, complicated. It's a long, like wordy last name. So it's like it's like Bernstein flows off the tongue easier. It sounds better than Berenstain.
Well,
And I just think it's easier just to go, oh, it's the Berenstain Bears.
You know, I
And they're just
realized.
caught on because you read it so fast and it's in that really curvy font.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's in cursive.
Yeah, my parents
Yeah.
didn't read to
and
me.
you could mistaken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mother didn't know English at the time, and my father wasn't around. Where he was working too much. So
All right, well, I mean, there's that.
okay, the therapy sessions later.
that's what I realized. That I just realized right now. I'm just like, wow.
Okay.
That's why I didn't get read.
but
To. That's
what-
why I had to read my own.
What I
books.
was thinking, because to me, if you look at, again, it's Berenstain. So that would, to me, in my eyes, there's always a correlation. It's either Bernstein, which would be Stein, or Berenstain,
Right.
which would be Stai. Wouldn't it be Berenstain?
That's the other thing. Like, they don't pronounce it that way either. Then it's not like like Bernstein would be Bers and then teen. They don't do that. Like that sounds
like Bernstein.
better.
Yeah, Bernstein. Berenstain.
Like, but it's pronounced Berenstain Bears, so it's Berenstain.
Like the Red Baron, like Baron.
It's spelled differently, but yeah, it sounds
Phonetically,
phonetically
it
sounds
sounds.
the same,
All right, that's just
Hold on, wait a minute.
Phonetically, the sounds. I just realized that. Like that wasn't even.
what?
Shazam. I just remembered.
That one
That was
That's the one that blew my mind.
It's
What?
but I'll be honest, they literally
like-
put it out last year that there was a movie called Shazam.
No, there was not.
Wait, like, are we talking like the comic books?
No. There
No,
was a
it's
movie.
Shazam, like-
There was apparently a movie in the '90s with what the hell's
Sinbad.
Sinbad. You know the comedian Sinbad?
Sinbad.
Yeah. Apparently he dressed up as a genie and the movie was called Shazam. I remember seeing this fucking movie.
No, you didn't.
No.
Yes, I did.
No, you
No,
don't.
no, you don't. Because there was one with Shaquille O'Neal where he played
Correct.
a genie. And for some fucking reason or another, everybody's cognition just got rewritten. And for some
Okay,
reason,
when we
I'll
go
tell you
on,
why.
Sinbad.
hold on, we will. When we go on break, and hopefully
oh,
you,
those bears. I know
everyone
those
look
bears.
it up. There is a interview that
Yeah,
Sinbad
he
did,
that. Hold on a second.
and he said that he did play in Shazam.
Yes, it was a skit for collegehumor.com. He was playing into it. He was not. It
Yeah.
was not a serious thing. It was a comedy skit.
Yeah, he did an actual comedy special where he
Well, then
sits there and
fuck
like,
Sinbad for making people think that way. Then, all right?
And
It was
they-
comedy
He's
special.
not a good actor or comedian anyway.
And
he admitted it on stage. Says, I don't know where the
Counter
fuck
for
this
his
came
name, bro.
from. I've never done that before, but I'm
and
gonna roll
they
with it.
filmed a few scenes and doctored it up to look like it was from a VHS from 1994 or whatever, to be like, oh yeah, here's the proof. It doesn't exist. Somebody, and this is why I love the internet. Somebody was like, look, I found a real copy of it, and he was holding it up, and it's like he made like it's the VHS. It's the front, and the back, and there's pictures and shit. But I paused it and I zoomed in because at the back of the VHS it has all the credits, right?
Yeah.
And it said like starring Macaulay Culkin, Meryl Streep. Like, it listed every A-list actor of the 90s except for fucking Sinbad. Directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm saying, like, dude, next time you want to doctor something, I applaud you for going the mile of, like, making a fake VHS cover, but make the credits, like,
Credible.
don't give me the option
Make
of,
the
like,
credits credible.
pause and be like, oh, there it is. This is all fucking fake. And not to mention, Sinbad in the 90s dressed like a fucking genie on stage. You ever see the way it was bright colors? It was a lot of baggy pants. The motherfucker dressed like a genie.
I was young.
All right, that's
I wasn't
fine.
even born.
You
Okay,
go
well,
back
for
and
the-
watch Sinbad performing comedy in the 90s, he's
Yeah.
dressed in baggy clothes
Well,
like a
let's
genie
just
would
put
be
it like
dressed
this.
as.
The Shazam thing and the
Curious George doesn't have a
Kazam.
tail?
Shazam.
Kazam was the Shaq version.
And that
Well, no, what I'm saying is the
Fruit Loops
Shazam.
wait,
Okay.
It never had that basket.
And
did it? I could have sworn it had that basket.
okay, yeah, okay. The Shazam one and the Berenstain Bears
These are
ones
original.
were the ones that fucked me
These
up
were-
the most.
Okay.
Hey guys. Hey,
Guys,
what's
Hello.
up, guys?
Hold on, Dad.
fuck us.
Dad?
Going back to the religious one I mentioned before. Yeah.
No, I understand that.
Going back to the religious one I mentioned from before.
And he's doing the same thing.
There
There's no
is-
control in this podcast.
Stop. There, you've heard like in the Bible it says the lion shall lie down with the lamb.
Yes.
It's not the lion; it's the wolf shall lie down with the lamb.
Don't blame me. I didn't do it.
No, but you like, which one have you heard or remember hearing, or you're just like, it sounds familiar.
To be honest with you, the first one you said.
The lion seems right? But it's not. It's the wolf
Well-
shall lie down with the lamb.
Like
That one fucked me up for a
Hold
minute.
on, hold on.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
can I
Go
can
ahead.
I get mine? Jesus fucking Christ! I've only been trying to say this for 5 fucking minutes.
Are you gonna talk about C-3PO Silver Leg? That one did
No,
fuck me
no,
up.
not that one. But even though the two you said is the ones that fucked me up the most. But there are other examples that, you know.
Go on, fuck me up.
So we talked about the Luke I am thy father thing, which is, you know, to me as a Star Wars fan, that didn't fuck me up because I knew what the line was.
Sure.
Henry VIII eating a turkey leg. Does anybody remember of a picture of Henry VIII eating a turkey
I've never
leg?
seen it. If it
What?
was.
Shit about
So
Henry
people had a
VIII.
memory of painting of Henry VIII eating a turkey leg, though no such painting has ever existed. There have been, however, many similar cartoons created because of it.
Like Henry VIII, we all like get that
I
image of
am
the big
Henry
fat
VIII.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
king.
Yeah.
You know. And there's a very famous.
Which Henry? Who was that? Who was
he,
that?
he was
He
one of
was
the
the
kings.
He was the 8th king of what? France?
No, it's like the
England?
Pope.
England.
It's Henry VIII. They choose a name.
No. He was King Henry VIII of England. He had a bunch of wives. He was killing them after, like, you didn't give me a son
Oh,
off
this
your
is
head.
the motherfucker that initiated divorce or something like that.
Correct.
Because he started like killing his wives.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Is
there's
that
a-
how divorce started?
yeah. No, dead ass.
I don't want you this time. Off with your head.
Yeah. No, that's how it was. That's
like,
how it was. because
Henry, let's not kill them. You could just not marry them, Henry. Oh, that's an option? Bring my turkey leg.
Yeah.
No, so there's a very famous there's a very famous painting of King Henry standing there. And in his hand, there's an object. And if you kind of look at it quick enough, it kind of looks like a turkey leg. And he's a big fat fuck, so that makes sense. It's a pair of gloves. And that's a common theme through paintings of that time period. If you look at our portraits of our founding fathers, there's ones of Hamilton holding gloves or
these motherfuckers were masons.
yeah, and I understand it, but the gloves represented something. I forget what it meant, but like
What does it have to
to
do with
hold
turkey legs?
gloves in a painting has a representation that's not exactly new.
Royal.
So it's not a turkey leg; it's a pair of
Yeah.
brown gloves
All
he's
right.
holding.
So
But it
here,
looked like a turkey leg.
here's
if
the
you don't
next one.
Pay attention.
does everybody remember the line "Mirror, mirror on the wall"? And where did it come from?
Who's
That's
the
Snow
fair-
White.
Who's the fairest of them all? That's Snow White.
Snow White. It is not "Mirror, mirror on the wall."
Pardon?
Excuse me.
It is magic mirror on the wall.
Yes.
Who is the fairest of them
Magic mirror on the wall.
I don't like it. So it's mirror, mirror on the wall.
all? Bruh.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
All right. So the
It
next
just-
one.
It just flows better.
It
like
does
mirror,
flow
mirror
better.
on the wall.
Okay. So does everyone know the hot dog company or the
The glizzy?
Oscar Mayer?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
Maybe. I think so.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you spell it? How do you spell his name?
Oscar?
Well, everyone says it's Meyer,
What?
but the correct spelling is
All you gotta do is sing the
Mayer.
fucking song.
Yeah, that's what. My
They sing-
baloney has a first name. It's
Yeah,
O-C-A-R.
Maloney has a second name. Mayer.
A lot of people changed to M-E-Y-E.
You know what were we talking about before? The world is fucking full of stupid assholes.
You know what I always fucked up? I always fucked up
Fucking
the
morons.
tune of that. So instead of singing like My Baloney Has a like that tune, I would always sing it with the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, like O-S-C-A-R-M-O-U-S-E.
See previous answer. Anyway,
Well, the next
fucking
one is
idiot.
Disney,
Again,
don't come after us.
this. You know what the funny thing is most. If you look at all
Ready
these
for
things, besides the Henry VIII one, there's a lot of just '90s references.
Yeah.
For some reason, we all forget what the fuck happened in the '90s.
Nothing happened in
I'll
the
give
80s.
you one. I'll go back to the 50s.
All right, so the next one I have is the Pikachu. Pikachu doesn't have a black spot on his tail; it's all yellow.
No, it's not all yellow. The back of his tail is brown.
No, it's not.
He has
No,
a he has a spot.
Yes, it is.
He has a spot.
Yes, it is. The way Pikachu is, it's we all know Pikachu by base.
Put your mouth on the mic.
The base of Pikachu's tail is actually
Right,
brown.
no. The base
Yes, no,
is. We're
but
talking about
people
the tip.
thought.
Yeah, not the tip. I know people think the tip
Yeah.
is.
No,
We
people think
never
the tip
talk
is
about
black.
the base. You always talk about the tip, Sito.
That's right.
Oh,
Tip goes.
Okay.
Tip is what we pay attention to. It's
And the
first
last
thing.
one I have on here, Dad, is Mickey Mouse. So Mickey Mouse might be the most famous cartoon character in the world, but even Disney's famous mouse is often misremembered in the minds of fans. People often report the character wearing suspenders when he does not.
No, he just has no shirt on. He
I
has
just
gloves.
never remember the suspenders. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
Not
know.
yet. I don't remember.
That's the first time I've actually heard.
Wasn't
that
there a version of a mouse
I know Mickey Mouse,
that
he's
was
just
like a
got the
knockoff
white pants and the
where
gloves.
he wore
Okay,
suspenders?
I
remember.
think
Sure.
so.
I think I can argue that one because wasn't the black and white like the first original variation of Mickey have suspenders on the
That
boat?
would be
On the
Steamboat
the
Willie.
steamboat?
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
so.
like
I think he did actually.
That may kind
Hold
of
up.
evolve it.
I have a phone. Why am I not
Yeah,
looking
so-
this up?
Like I'm sure there's like pictures of Mickey wearing suspenders, like based on the costume.
I
for
don't think
whatever
wearing
movie.
suspenders. I think he might be wearing like an overall type thing because I remember there's like white things on his chest. I'm like, I know they're not using nipples on Mickey Mouse.
No, I don't think Mickey has nipples.
Nah,
Well, I mean, I guess he would have to have nipples as a
Doesn't have
mouse.
suspenders either.
Now remember,
It's the
I don't
other
know.
it's the other guy that had the suspenders.
Mortimer Mouse.
what?
I guess so.
Mortimer Mouse?
Mortimer was actually Mickey's first real name, and then Walt changed it to Mickey because
Right.
Mortimer sounds better. I mean, Mickey sounds better.
Mortimer.
Well, just think about it though. Like
Imagine the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme trying to spell
This-
Mortimer.
this,
I don't even know how to spell that without the tune.
this is how I think of it. Donald has the shirt, Mickey has the pants. You put them together to make an outfit.
I have no idea. I'm trying to admit, like
Guilty.
think of Mickey Mouse right now. What is he wearing up top?
Nothing.
Can you Google a picture of Mickey Mouse for me? I don't even remember what the
For
fuck.
love of God.
My fucking Christ, man. Like this is this.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh shit.
Oh, it says painting, but
Guilty.
his shorts
oh, yeah,
are
okay,
no.
that's why.
This
His-
is why.
it's high
This is
tops.
why people think it is. His pants are so far up his damn body.
High waters. My
That
boy
the-
is thinking it's a flood.
Yeah, the buttons on him look
Wally!
like they could be nipples or something connected.
They
to
look like
something.
there should be suspenders coming over his shoulder to the buttons that are on his chest.
Because
almost,
his pants are
'cause
so
they're
high.
up
Like nobody's wearing their pants that high, and it couldn't stay there
here. I mean, our
properly.
grandfather wore his pants that high, but
He was also wearing suspenders.
He also thought it was Mickey Mouse.
Like, but yeah. So, Dad, you have 50s ones.
I got
Oh,
one from the
boy,
50s. How many people
shirtless.
remember the I Love Lucy show?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Vaguely, yeah.
expect me to remember this? I don't even know what you're
Well,
talking about.
well, it's Americana, number
Hold
one.
on, you don't know I
Okay.
Love Lucy?
Okay.
It was a very, very, very famous show in the 50s.
All right, for all the people out there that don't know who I Love Lucy, it was Lucille Ball and his husband and her husband at the time, Ricky Ricardo. Well, he never really spoke proper English. So in the show, it was always be like, when somebody says something, Lucy, you got a lot of splaining to do. It wasn't the case. He actually said, Lucy, you got. No, I'm sorry. Huh?
Don't say it in the accent. You're just gonna fuck it up.
Lucy, you got. All right, everybody remembers Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yes.
When
Because
in
he
fact,
was Cuban, and that's
says,
his accent.
Right. When in fact he said, Lucy, you got a lot of splaining to do. So it wasn't some splaining to do, it was,
A lot of.
A lot of. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So we're gonna take a short break. I stopped myself there. We're gonna take a short break real quick.
If you want
And
changes
then,
in your life, you
um,
have to make changes.
We're gonna get into some definitions, about false memories and talking about
Where does
that.
it come from?
And then we have more. There's a lot more Mandela effects we'll get through.
Oh yeah, I
That's-
have a whole study.
I just want to run that bitch down.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be right back.
If you liked this video today, please click the like and subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification icon to keep up with all our videos.
Welcome back, everybody, to our episode about the Mandela Effect as we begin season 9 in our parapsychology season. Our episode, again, everybody, presented by Dubby. I'm going to keep on saying it until you guys go out and buy some Dubby.
Buy some fucking
Go to dubby.gg, punch in the code Is This Real when you check out. Is This Real PC, all aboard. I apologize about that. Punch in the code Is This Real PC, and you get 10% off your Dubby products. Buy the fucking Dubby.
Gives you all the energy.
I don't think they approve of that type of. I don't think it's more of a peer pressure into buying Dubby.
Like, that is not so subliminal advertising.
I was gonna
guys.
say, come on, I see all the shit on YouTube where guys are like, buy it. Buy my fucking drink.
Buy it.
Yeah, but it's not like we're sitting there like, do it or something bad's gonna happen to you. Like
No,
that's
no,
gonna
see,
be
that, no,
next.
see, that's a
That's
threat.
a threat.
That's a threat.
That's a
I'm just
threat.
trying to sound like Batman while I do it.
You think Batman drinks Dubby?
Of course.
Okay.
He's powered by vengeance. He doesn't need them.
All right.
Well,
so
you need something.
Dubby's next flavor, vengeance.
that would be amazing. And if they come out with that, we're suing.
Batman vengeance.
Or we
Well, no, you can't-
get a little bit more out of it.
Yeah, like you give us like 30% of the profits on that. That would be fine.
We'll take a
just
nickel.
that one product though.
Just
Yeah.
the one product. All right, so we're gonna get serious now, guys. We're gonna get into the deeper meeting.
He
The
just
deeper
conducted an experiment on you.
meeting.
Oh, we did? Tell us about the experiment.
Yeah. So okay, let me introduce. So Cito, you are actually studying psychology in school, right? I
Yes.
believe. Yeah. So we're getting. Obviously, you are in college, or university, right? What university do you go to? Or if you don't want to say it, you
I
don't have
prefer
to.
not to say with
All right,
the way
cool.
some of
He-
you
he
guys
will
be
not-
saying.
he does not feel
I
comfortable
am not
disclosing that information.
risking my college career because of that one.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
I'll fucking tell you what school you're going to right now.
Come on, let's all be honest. We all don't want to hear from you. half
That's a
the
good
time.
point. That's a good point.
All right.
So
All right, so you're studying this, and you know I know you were mostly excited. You and Josh were mostly excited about this season to begin with. So let's go, what did you just do? What mind control shit did you just do on Mr. West?
Well, in reality, I just wanted to test a little bit on what Eric thought about the Apple logo.
All right.
So, we all know what the Apple logo looks like,
Yeah.
or may look like, depending on the Mandela effect.
I despise Apple. I don't care.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, I know what the Apple logo is. Like you have the bitten apple with the leaf on top.
What
but
side is the bitten apple on?
the right side.
See,
It's on the left side?
I'm going to say facing it, it would be the apple's left, my right.
yes.
Okay.
Oh,
According to
okay.
Eric.
But I know that piece that goes on top fits on the apple itself.
Yeah.
All right, he's showing. Hold on.
All right, we're going to be experimented upon.
So it's just real quick. Just,
Which is right? That's the right one.
yeah. And then it's like, how confident are you?
100%.
How many times you've seen it? Stuff like that.
Billion times.
I have one right here. Oh, I can't see.
You can't see it.
You're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had a blackberry.
Blackberry?
I've had a blackberry. Shut up. I've had a blackberry once in my life, and I've
this
also had.
motherfucker just had a pear phone, bro, from iCarly. That's what he just
Yes.
had.
I had a blackberry one time in
This
my
nigga
life,
had a blueberry.
and I also had one Android, and I did not like it. I mean, I liked the blackberry. I did.
BlackBerry was shit.
No, that was
The shit.
I'll
I'm
be
sorry,
honest,
I'm
I had-
sorry, it was the shit.
I had a broken one my junior year in high school. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't even remember that far back. But yeah, everyone knows the
Yeah,
Apple logo.
Everyone
yes.
knows the Apple logo.
or at least
So,
they,
because of that, based on the study that I'm using, it's less likely people will fall for the Mandela effect for it.
Because it's so widely.
It's so widely optioned.
Yeah.
For example, the response ratio for it is that out of one, aka out of everyone who studied for it, 0.2 believed in the second variation of it, whereas on the opposite side,
Right.
and then 0.8, give or take 0.8, because there's a small percentage that people don't actually see the logo with the apple bitten on.
Yeah.
So, but most of the population actually do believe is the correct way.
What? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does it tell you where those statistics come from?
Studies done. This is peer
Like,
reviewed.
I know, but I'm talking about location, like population of the world. Because I'm just gonna go on a limb there and say there's a large portion of children in China who are making these phones. They know exactly which side of the leaf of the apple's bitten off. But they can't make that mistake. They see it every day. What, man? They have tiny screws. It's easier to get. That's what I'm asking. Is like, was this poll taken in America or was it taken in like?
It's 7. He's done. Go on, Sito.
This is an American poll, yes. And you definitely have a special place in hell along with that.
No, no, it's not a special place. It's the permanent place.
Where was I wrong?
He's the reason why I wake up and choose violence.
He's the reason why I decided not to name my school.
That too. That was a safe bet.
Nope. You're not going back up. You're done. You're done till the next segment. You've lost your segment privilege.
This motherfucker's in timeout, yo.
Fuck it. Keep him there.
Yep. Go on.
So I'll come back to this study because this study is done in about 3 to 4 different experiments. Whether just by looking at 3 logos placed in front of you, like let's use the C-3PO for example. One would be all gold, one would be the silver leg, one would be like a bronze leg, right?
Well,
It'd be something like that. They'll answer the questions how familiar. For example, Star Wars fans like you two would be like, I'm very familiar. How much times you've seen it? Between 1 and 10 times. You guys say like maybe 10. And then you continue on. Some of them are based off of just blurred images and imagery specifically. So I'll come back to that because it goes deeper into it. But I know we want to go through examples.
The silver leg did fuck me up.
Didn't he have a red arm also?
That was in the 7th movie or the 8th movie,
No,
whatever.
the new ones. Okay.
Yeah, that was done for a really stupid reason. And if you know,
So
I'm
from
not gonna get
my,
into that, but
understanding of C-3PO, he was always gold.
he has from the knee down. I forget which left or right. It's silver,
Yeah. he
and I
had
can
one
I
silver
can
leg.
almost understand why.
But wasn't it because like, well, I know that you hate the prequels, but in the prequels he was silver.
In the prequel, no, he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't. In
The
fact,
prequel, the first movie, he was naked basically. It was
Yeah.
just wires and a framework.
because he was
Yes.
Luke Skywalker still working on him.
Right. In the second one, he
Wait,
might have been
okay,
silver
wait, are
or
we
something,
Are we
but
talking prequel?
Not Luke. Sorry, Anakin was still working.
Anakin,
on
right,
it.
right,
Okay.
right.
Brain fart.
But in the original story, but they were like, oh yeah, he always had a silver leg. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Like in the Star Wars 1977 A New Hope, he did not have a silver leg. He did.
Was it
and-
the right one?
I don't know, left or right. I don't remember, but I can kind of understand why. I
Left
never
leg.
noticed it.
It was the left leg.
In the
was the left
poster,
one.
I'm looking
Okay.
at. I'm remembering the
Like,
poster now. I think
right.
It was like it's like from the knee down.
Right. But I kind of had, I can like, when you think about it, I'm like, all right, it makes sense why I don't notice. Number one, I'm watching the Star Wars movie. I don't give a fuck about this robot's leg.
Well,
I'm not paying attention to it. And number two, a lot of times it's taking place in the desert,
Yeah.
and the gold from the desert reflecting
Reflects
off the
off, yeah.
silver. It looks gold anyway.
Yes.
So maybe that's why I didn't notice
I'll
it.
get into that point a little later when I
Sure.
actually go over other points of the study because there's another experiment done where it's using just strictly one, maybe small fragment of the image, and
Sure.
then you have to see it. Then you have to like predict the rest of it.
Yeah.
So like for example, I'll just say one now. Pikachu, we can all see like I don't know, maybe Pikachu's like eye and like the little
The
red
red
cheek.
cheeks.
Then we can imagine the rest of Pikachu, but some people imagine the tail, and some people like the tail, like what we
With
all know is the
black,
Mandela Effect, and
Yeah.
then the actual regular version, and that goes into a whole different thing. But I know you guys wanted to talk about definitions
Yeah.
first.
Real quick, because I don't know if this is, I believe it is a real thing. Wasn't there at one specific point a female version of Pikachu that did have a black tail?
Female Pikachus don't have a black tail. What they do have is that their tails are heart shaped.
Heart shaped. Okay.
Yes.
That's what it was.
That's what that's what they did when they introduced genders into
Yes.
into Pokemon.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm
So-
waiting. Sorry.
Which there are two.
I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah.
Go
Shut
ahead.
up. Shut up, Anthony. Shut up. Go on. Sito, definitions.
So when it comes to definitions, we could take two sides of it. The memory process, which is we all know can understand memory itself and what it is.
Well, memory's fragmented though.
Yes, memory is fragmented, but there's also different types of memory. Short term, long term.
Okay.
And I lack
Yes.
both.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Cookie for you.
Thank you.
You want a Kit Kat? Not sponsored?
Yeah, I do. No, actually, give me a Snickers.
Hold on, Joey. Kit Kat, does it have a hyphen or not?
No, it doesn't.
Some people think it does.
I could have sworn it does.
See?
No.
Kit Kat does not have a hyphen.
You need a dash.
Or a dash, yeah, between. Where the fuck it is?
That's actually
The line in between.
the line in between. But back to the memory process itself. It's very deep and detailed, but I'm not gonna go like spend like 5 hours explaining it. But
Yeah, we don't
Basically-
just surface around the tip.
so
They're not
short-term
that
memory,
smart.
long-term memory. It's whether how you remember things.
Yeah.
Short-term memory are usually like more recent things. Like maybe what you learned 5 minutes ago. Like
Sure.
C-3PO conversation. That's long-term memory would be like you actually remember the entire Star Wars series. But there's an actual process towards memory. First one being the encoding stage. Now, that is
Yeah, dude, you have to be dumb it down for him.
I told you, see, though, they're not that smart.
Encoding
yeah,
stage.
I
I
understand.
get what he's saying, but he.
Look, I'm not a computer.
No, hold on.
No,
Can I
encoding-
take a guess at what that sounds like?
Yeah.
So, an encoding process of like when you're learning information is like what your senses are picking up at that given moment, and then your brain is like processing those neurons into actual information for you to remember.
Yeah, that's basically it's you collecting the information.
I didn't say you were gonna get it wrong.
So yeah,
You're
Eric,
just
you're actually
happy.
basically right. It's the collection of information based off all senses, and then that leads into the storage stage. You understand what storage means, Joey?
Yeah, yes, I do.
All right,
I
that's.
don't know where it is on the brain, but cool.
I'm not going places on the brain. That gets complicated, for Christ's sake. So, anyways, that's the storage, and then there's the retrieval, and that's after you encoded everything, stored everything, and that's now you remembering it.
But you have to
Right.
think about what you're doing first
That's-
because you're
yeah.
not because you don't know that information unconsciously.
And correct me if I'm wrong. We don't remember things the way we remember it. We're remembering the last time we remembered it.
Correct.
What?
I'll explain what I mean. So, if I have a memory of like, I went and I picked up, I don't know, like I walked over there, I
The
picked up.
hooker. Yes.
Shut up. I walked over there. I remember looking for a book up there, right? I was looking for a book earlier. But if I have to remember that memory later on, I'm not remembering I walked over there to look for the book. I'm remembering the time I remembered I was looking for a book.
My fucking brain
I'm
hurts.
gonna be honest with you. This whole fucking thing is so fucking confusing. It's not even funny. You know what I'm getting out of this episode? I gotta be honest. To me, I mean, you want to give all these explanations? That's fine. It comes down to one simple thing: pay a fuck attention and remember it correctly.
No, actually, that's
no,
not
no, it
simple.
doesn't.
Dad,
No,
that's
it's not. It's
That's
not
not
that
that simple.
How can 9 million people remember one thing one way and it's wrong?
Oh, okay. So when it comes to stuff
We're
like,
all going through this
Collective-
collective.
well, no, when you
collective
said
memory.
like the Ricky Ricardo thing or the Star Wars "I Am Your
It
Father"
gets
line,
legs of its own.
it gets legs of its own based off of like, oh, that sounds better, so that must be true. And if more people feel that that's the way it is, even though it wasn't, it becomes the truth.
And it also comes down to another psychological thing where like because people are like pack animals, because if the majority is agreeing with something, you don't want to go against the grain.
Well, there's
Most
that too.
people
Yeah.
don't most people don't want to feel outside the grain, so they'll just subconsciously agree to something like that.
Oh yeah, that
Okay,
sounds
so,
right.
So that
I'll
would,
give another
Am I right?
example. Here's another way
Please.
to actually look at it.
God.
So it's not just memory itself, but it could be another thing called heuristics. And
What the fuck is that?
Heuristics?
so I'll just go into it, but basically let's look at it as say, you know, you didn't watch Star Wars, but you knew that you heard of that Luke, I am your father. That statement.
Yeah, if I
When
didn't
you-
read it here, I would be saying the same thing, you know.
Right,
over and
right,
over.
right.
Yeah, but if you go in, your brain kind of changes up the actual sentencing of when it's actually said, and you won't catch on to that's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's because you're kind of pre-programmed to recognize these words that you don't actually recognize them when it comes up.
That way,
Like misheard lyrics.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
like
All right, for that
listening.
part, I can say can say it has to be something to do with the brain. But
Yes, there's certain
if
little gaps.
9,000 people remember one thing one way,
Sure.
and it's not the correct way,
Yeah.
why? What is making it not the correct way? That all these
The
people.
the way that it takes on life on its own. Like if you sit there and
so
say,
basically, our brains are fucked up. Is what
Or
I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
no,
it's
but
not
it's,
even
it's
fucked
easy
up,
to
it's just-
confuse two things. Like
Yeah.
there's a like is it Jiffy peanut butter or is it Jif peanut butter? Right? It's Jif. But why do people remember Jiffy? Because there's a peanut butter.
Jeffy.
Why do people remember Jiffy? Because there's also a peanut butter named Skippy. And it's easy to remember Skippy and Jiffy,
Jiffy.
sounds the same. So they must even though
And
it's
they're
a
both
different-
peanut butter brands.
And,
And then-
so it must be Jiffy because the Skippy's out there too.
So that goes back to my previous what I said before.
Kind of like
Take
laziness.
the time and remember it correctly.
I will
That's
say it
the
like
thing.
this because it's not something that's important enough to remember,
Yeah,
so
well,
it's easy
that's
to
true.
forget.
Yeah, I
Give
agree.
me-
I agree with that.
So, Dad, when it comes to memory isn't like a movie. That's one thing. Memory, you can't look at a memory and remember it exactly how it was.
Right.
No matter whether it be you remembering a movie, no matter whether it be you remembering a crime scene.
There are core.
Can I say something
There are
real
core
quick?
moments that you do remember.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I,
hold
just
on.
Explain to me.
Hold
I wanna
on, yeah,
explain.
but what I'm saying, it's hard, especially, and I don't. I hate the way it's gonna say, but the older generation, they turn around because I know what Dad's thinking. Who cares if it's Skippy or Jiffy? It's fucking peanut butter. That's what they'll say. Like that's the point. Like he's like, who gives a fuck what the name of it is? I just want the fucking peanut butter.
All right, so does this also
Does that
go?
make me part of his generation? Because I kind of think like this. Because who gives a fuck, bro? It's fucking peanut butter.
Yeah, to me, I mean, everything that we've read or all these examples are meaningless. They're meaningless.
It's not that they're meaningless.
Them,
You know what it is though? I don't think it comes to the point where it's meaningless. I think because it's taken a life of its own. As far as just the Mandela effect alone, like you have to just search on TikTok, Dad. And
We're
TikTok,
surprised.
I don't have the kind of time for that.
We're
But-
surprised at how often we misremember things. That's
the thing.
The big thing about the Mandela effect is, and I do agree with you to a degree. I mean, I agree with you to a degree. It's like, who gives a fuck? It's just peanut butter. It is what it is. Who gives a shit what it's called?
But it's the phenomenon.
But then when you sit back and you go, wait a second, I was wrong about that and that and that and that. And like, holy shit, look how many things we just don't pay attention
and
to.
it'll also be very important when you're on a game show one time and $1 million on the line. Is it Jif or Jiffy?
Well, fuck.
Then it becomes really important.
But
Well,
let me
none of-
bring
none
a
of
more
us are gonna
real
be
life
that.
scenario into this. You're saying like peanut butter, who cares about peanut butter, right? But Mandela effect is more involving false memory and how the memory works. Now apply that to a crime scene. Apply that to a confession. Now, when you look at it, if you're being robbed at gunpoint, here, and this is where I was going to go with memory, and I actually wrote a piece on this for a class on with cognitive psychology
You're so smart. Steve.
about psychology within the justice system, and specifically the court system. Now, within this, memory plays a big part with witnesses, and because of false memory and how it works. In the coding stage, this is all sensory, anything from sight to
At the beginning of the fucking show, I asked you to turn your goddamn fucking phone to silent.
It was on silent.
Obviously not.
Hey, jerk off. We're already an hour and a half into this.
Maybe it's the
Hour.
Mandela effect.
It's an
And we don't know
hour.
Jif and Jiffy and Skippy and Scotty.
Well, let's just
and
put it
all
like this.
other shit.
After
Scotty
Cito's done
How
with
about
your
fucking
definition,
look and remember? How about
we're
that?
we're gonna go around and we're gonna ask, if you believe the Mandela effect is a real thing or
Oh my
not.
God.
And then we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna play a little game afterwards, and then we're gonna play about a 10-minute game.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna take a piss before we start that shit.
That's fine. Finish your thought.
So yes,
All right.
so it's crime scene stuff.
So going back to crime scene and false memory, the encoding stage, because of scenarios, for example, you're getting robbed in a dark alley.
yeah.
The guy has a hoodie on. What color is the hoodie? It may be black, it may be blue, it may be dark blue, but you don't remember exactly because of the encoding stage being screwed up
yeah.
because of pressure and tension.
That's what
It
I'm
may
about
be
to say.
different things that
You
may
remember when he
correlate.
told you to Get butt naked and strip.
I don't know
No,
about you, but if I'm
that's
being
not
mugged in
the
a,
fucking
I'm not gonna worry
point,
about what the
Eric.
fuck- How many
Here's the
people
thing.
are
Yeah.
gonna worry about that?
Oh, here's the
But
thing.
when someone,
You're
when
not
the
going to
police come
remember
up to-
those things because it's dark. It's at night. You have a gun in your fucking face. You're probably shitting your pants.
To be honest with you, this could be broad daylight in Macy's window, and I'm not gonna fucking remember.
What is with you in
What the-
Macy's window?
That's the
this is
point.
such
Your
fucking nuts.
memory.
There's too many things that have happened to you in Macy's
God.
window
Well,
now.
I'll give you a real life example. Like
Holy fuck!
something like you could, if it's an event with a lot of witnesses, right? It's like like a spectator sport,
Yeah.
right? We watched what's his face get hit in the chest in the Bills game a couple months ago, and like until
DeMar scrambling.
yeah, immediately it was like you had 6 different people going, no, he went down after he was hit this way. No, he was hit that way. Even with instant replay, you saw motherfuckers turn around like, no, he was hit a little bit lower, a little bit higher. We were all watching the same thing, but we all saw something different until everyone stopped and said, okay, let's all watch the replay together.
My question for that, maybe Suto, you can answer this. How much does everyone knows the telephone game, right? And how to play a telephone game.
Yes.
How much does that come into effect for something like the Mandela effect? You know, people just saying, well, no, this is how I remember it, and then that next person adding something else to it. You know,
That plays into short-term memory.
short-term memory.
So when it comes to short-term memory, that's the immediate memory that you get at the time. So telephone game, we all know.
Correctly.
yeah, and if you hear it correctly.
Yeah,
or see it
exactly.
correctly.
But that plays off of hearing correctly is also the sensory.
Yeah.
That you have to play off and process. And plus, with the telephone game, you have to process it quickly and pass it on.
Yeah, that's also true.
So
It's about speed.
between speed and, having to do all this, it creates issues with the encoding process that then issues with you remembering. And this could really apply to anything that might happen fast, because even movies can be fast-paced action, and you may see something like, oh yeah, that guy like fell down there, but he really didn't, and he got back up, whatever.
So
Or
Anthony, that's why no girls remember having sex with you.
Yeah, it's probably it happens so fast. It happens, it
wanna see me
happens
bust a
so
nut?
fast.
Want to see me do it again?
It's not memorable.
But
I can understand it.
But see, the thing with the whole memory thing is that it can also happen with traumatic events.
Oh, yeah.
Say the
Oh,
loss
sure.
of a loved one.
And the more tragic, the more stress is put on the brain.
Exactly.
And then you have some people who are a victim of something really traumatic, and like they'll block it out.
They'll block it out completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
just
that's
shut
a whole
down.
completely side of things that will make it even more difficult for memory.
Yeah. It's not for like years of therapy and breakthroughs and really diving into this. I was like, you know what? I do remember this thing. And even at that, you're like, you can't just say like, okay, well, now that you remember it's gospel, it's like, okay, you remember something. And now like, how true is that memory?
Mhm.
Because it is all subjective because it's coming from one source
Yeah,
that cannot be verified.
exactly. And some people say like I remember that day like very clearly,
Yeah.
but like I don't want to bring down the mood, but like for example, the day Uncle Keith passed away. Do you guys remember what you were wearing that day?
No.
Wearing? I do.
No.
You do.
I remember what
Anthony-
Bubba was wearing.
The only reason I remember it because I have a video of me on that day.
But you have physical, actual proof that you can
Yeah.
look at. But say if you're just trying to remember it at base,
No.
Anthony couldn't remember it, or you might remember it like I was wearing like a T-shirt like of this color,
Right.
but it actually
I don't remember
wasn't.
what he was wearing.
No.
Well, I can tell you what I was wearing because I left work. I was wearing my work shirt, which is blue and blue jeans.
Right. See, but yeah, but
That's
But see,
concrete.
But I
with
went
his
to
memory,
work.
it comes back to work.
Right, you had
Yeah.
you have a uniform. I didn't have a uniform for my job. I work in construction at the time. I can't tell you. I can say what I was probably wearing.
You were wearing that ugly ass fucking jacket that was like red and orange or some shit.
See, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Are you
I-
sure
or
you're remembering
T-shirt?
correctly, Josh? Too?
Yeah, like I can remember where I was when I got the phone call. Like at the spot on 287. Like I
Yeah.
can remember that. I remember what van I was driving. Those things are the first-hand experiences.
Because those are
But,
the
like-
first-hand experiences. Those are the experiences that encode better in your brain.
Right.
Because that's when it all happened.
But I
Yeah.
wasn't giving a shit about what shirt I was wearing, so it doesn't encode.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
I remember waking up to the banging on my door.
Right, yeah.
And hearing the news of that of what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't like if I didn't have the video
You would have never remembered at all.
at all.
Right.
And this goes back to Dad. This is all about memory. The Mandela Effect. Now you're questioning why maybe thousands of people might actually question, like, oh, why is this? But it's because of stereotypes, and this goes back to heuristics as well. Heuristics are basically our go-to things. Stereotypes can even be said. Like, for example, you're walking at night and you see a guy wearing a dark hoodie and his pockets coming right at you. Your first sense of thought would be like, okay, maybe I want to get out of his way, maybe avoid him a little bit for safety. That's heuristics. It's your first go-to thing in your mind.
It's what they use in movies, like to set up suspense, and then there's no payoff. It's like
Yeah.
you think he's gonna jump her in the alley, and it's like, no, he walks right past her, and then the real killer comes out as a jump scare.
Shit, that happened
Yeah.
in the new Scream movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically heuristics are the rule of thumbs.
Sure.
Like your rule of thumbs that you come to directly, and heuristics can affect basically everyday life and how you may process things, or it can even be like things you never even realize, like anything like racial bias that you might have.
Oh,
These
okay.
are your everyday things that you can have, you will never really realize, and it can be different things.
So there's a definition reason why people are racist sometimes?
Well, take a look at this. I think I have an example for that. If you remember, Anthony, our grandparents, well, our grandmother specifically, had a she was slightly scared of Asians,
Sure.
of Asian people.
No, she didn't like him.
No.
And
I mean, I'm
so-
not gonna look. You know, you.
Well,
you
just put it. Hold on.
sugarcoat it any way you want.
Hold on. And then let's put it like this: what era did she grow up in?
During
She was World War II, where they
Yep.
were scared of the Japanese people.
because of Pearl
That
Harbor.
could be an actual really good example because of the fact that they may experience this in their life
And growing as a child too.
as a child. That's the thing. Everything's developed early. As
And
a
let's put
child.
it like this: I'm afraid of the dark sometimes because of this asshole.
That's true.
I'll
Like,
be
I
completely
scared-
honest.
I scared him
Sometimes
as a
I
child.
hate, I hate being in the dark. Like really, like I sleep in the dark. I'm
Yeah.
fine with completely sleeping in the dark, but I face the wall and I cover my head because I don't want to look around. I don't like. I'll be honest. It is one of the most fucked up things, but I'm not gonna sit there and it's a thing that happened. That's because he used to scare the shit out of me in the dark because we used to have to share a room. And he used to scare the shit out of me, saying there was something in my closet, there was something under my bed coming to get me.
Sometimes it'd be really quiet, and I would just unzip the front of my pants.
Yeah. No, what? Yeah. So
You're a piece of
it's
shit.
literally that is a thing that happens.
Looking back at anything you do, say in the dark, right? Is there anything like you may react, like looking back on it, you do a lot when you're in the dark? Like how you said,
You want me to say that on air?
But I'm talking about like putting, like, you know, turning facing the wall, covering your head.
Well, no, I do that every night. When I shut my TV off, I face the wall.
Do you actively think of this?
No, I don't.
That could be heuristics.
It's just
It's your
ingrained
rule
in
of
you.
thumb.
All right. I mean, that's after I have my fun time. But
Yeah.
you know, it's
Like with Sarah, she's afraid of the dark too, and she's like, no, I gotta keep TV going. And I'm like, as soon as she's asleep, I'm shutting the fucking thing off, because it's my rule of thumb clashing with her rule of thumb, because I don't have any problem sleeping in the dark.
Mhm. But all this kind of goes back together with the Mandela Effect, because while some may remember it wrong, as something may have encoded it wrong, because people are developing like these heuristics of even small things like Luke, I am your father, because 4 people told me that's what he said,
Yeah.
or people just go on and reference it in many different cultures and media.
Like he would just tell people, Luke, I am your father. He would guess on the show because that's what he heard.
That's what he heard. That's now
Because he's
the
never seen it.
availability of
Again,
what he
you're
had.
right. I never seen the movie.
Right.
But how many times? I mean, I can literally sit there and quote you movie verse for verse. I mean,
Right. But because
Exactly.
you've seen it and you're a fan of it. But how many? I'll tell you, like, there's a lot of people who fuck up, like, get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
there are people I've heard, like, be like, get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape. Like, no, it's get your stinking paws. And am I correct in saying that? Because I could be wrong right now. See, I'm questioning this, and I'm sitting there going, I know it's get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Is it that, though?
Yes.
Because, okay, you're agreeing with me. You're not looking
Are
it
you
up either.
100% sure on that though?
Yeah,
That's-
Because
no,
this can also go back to you may be slightly remembering wrong. There may be even like an S in
I mean,
there.
I think we're right because we've seen the movie so many goddamn
yeah,
times.
that's a different story, but it's based off of not even just movies. Let's just look at everything in general.
Sure.
Like Curious George is a monkey.
Doesn't have a tail though.
He doesn't have a tail.
He
But
should.
because we remember monkeys
have
having tails, we remember him having a tail.
Right.
Fruit of the loom. There's a loom in it. There really isn't. It's just
Well,
a
no,
fruit.
that's a cornucopia. not a
Or
loom.
whatever. You get it. You get the point.
I love he's throwing that definition,
you know
that
what?
definition, and he's a loom.
I'm just really thinking
Well, I
about
mean,
it,
the
right?
thing with Fruit of the Loom is because we associate that image with Thanksgiving, which is exactly the same.
No,
fucking
see,
thing.
you're gonna
Exactly.
sit there. Is it you damn dirty ape? That I mean,
Oh,
get
no,
your
let me-
stinking
What do
hands
you
off.
think it is?
Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
See?
What is it?
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
It's so minor, and it really doesn't matter because another thing I think about this too.
Didn't you just say that though?
I say get, not take. We also think it's the same thing when like we don't read a word like letter by letter. We read the word collectively. We don't process a sentence word by word. We process it collectively. So when it's like get your stinking paws off me or take your stinking paws off me, I'm not thinking of the exact words that make up that sentence. I'm thinking of the meaning of the sentence
Logically.
logically.
And,
Exactly.
and the emotion
So it's
spurred on
easy
that.
to misremember because it doesn't really fucking matter. Although technically, realistically, it's what you said it was.
Yeah.
And I said 100%. That's what I think it is, and I was wrong.
This,
All right.
this really just
Actually,
goes back
fun-
to the whole thing.
Fun
little,
fact.
Fun little fact about that. I actually saw something one time that says your brain has the ability to read the first letter and the last letter of a word. And
That's true.
It can be all fucked up in the middle. You'll
Yes.
still read it like it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, that's
yes.
very true.
Oh, I do those
Is-
tests all the time on Facebook.
Because again, you're looking at
Not
the
that
structure
it's a
of
test.
the
You
word.
look at a picture.
yeah,
and you
it's
see,
like, can you read this?
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's because you're reading the structure. You're reading the sentence, but at first it's hard because you're reading the word
Giggity.
and the structure of the first and last you can remember. Like that's the word.
Actually, it goes. It's actually you can argue. Some argue it's correlated towards heuristics. Again, rule of thumb. As long as you see the
You
first
should
letter.
get that tattooed right across your forehead. Heuristics. Your mother would probably kill the both of us if you
Yeah,
did that.
probably
but,
would.
You know,
But
I
that
don't
the
think
idea
she'll
also goes
approve.
back to it. Like, you know, we can see the first letter, last letter, and then we see each letter of the same word, but in different order, all jumbled up.
all right.
But we could recognize it, take it apart. It goes back
And
to the
put
whole
it back
thing.
together. And then
Yeah.
once you're doing that, the rest of the phrase becomes easier
So-
to read.
What I think we'll do now is we're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna play a little. With us three over here, it's kind of hard because those two can see what's on the screen. I'll play with you three over there because you can't really see what's on the screen.
Yeah.
There's 50 giggity. There's 50 things, so we'll just go through them, right? So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, as we continue our episode, our last part now of the Mandela Effect. And our episode is brought to you, everybody, by
Yay!
Go to
that shit.
w.gg, punch in
Drink
the
it.
code Is This Real PC,
Drink Dubby.
and get 10% off your Dubby products. With
Or else.
great flavors, like Dragonade?
Yes.
Yeah, Dragonade. Yes, Dragonade is delicious. I'll be
I
honest.
want to try
Or
it
else.
just because it has the word dragon in it.
All right, you're not actually tasting a real dragon.
No, I just want to try it because it has the word dragon in it.
Okay.
Or
okay.
else.
So with this, or else, with this Mandela Effect, we're gonna play a little Mandela Effect games, guys.
Go ahead, let's go. Come
And
on,
well, did you just call me a monkey?
Monty. Monty.
Oh.
Let's go, Monty.
All right, that's fine. So again, you guys can shout it out too, because obviously you can't see what the right or wrong answer is, but it should be no. All right, so for the first one up, Looney
whole
Tunes,
life.
guys.
My whole life.
Is it Toons or is it Tunes? Ooh, silence.
It's T-O-O-N-E-S.
It's T-U-N. It's T-U-N.
It's T-U-N,
It
but I
is
always
Tunes.
only reason why I know it's T-U-N is because I recently found out about that.
And what, Josh,
No, I
your
just-
whole life is a lie because
I
of
am
that?
My whole
I'm
life
not
is a
gonna
lie.
lie.
I don't
I
know which
literally
one
had to
was the
think in
right
my memory
answer.
for that.
I looked at
Push
that
the mic.
picture for 5 fucking minutes, and I
There you go.
could not give an actual answer.
Here's how I remember that. You ready? You ready for this one? You had Looney Tunes, and you had another type of cartoon, Merry Melodies. They're both puns on music. So tunes and melodies, that's how I remember it.
All right. So the next one.
Fuck you. My life is still a lie.
The next one, guys. Everyone knows the show in the 90s, Sex in the City or Sex and the City. Which one is correct?
Isn't it Sex in the City?
An or in?
An or in?
In.
In. Sex and the City or Sex in the City?
I'm gonna just guess. Me sex in the city.
And
And it is Sex and the City.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
is the
say,
correct one.
pretty
Two
sure.
separate ideas. We have sex here, and we have the city there.
It's not. I mean, it would make sense. It would be Sex in the City. I can get that, but you know.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I never saw it because I was just like, huh, sounds
All
like
right.
porn.
It does.
All right. So for our
And I was
next
just
one.
like, wow, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this is crazy.
So Febreze. Everyone knows the spray Febreze. Is it spelled with one E or two E's?
2 E's.
Two E. One E or two E's?
2.
It's 2.
It is one E.
No!
Hold on, but it's there's actually technically 2 E's. It should have said, is it spelled with 2 E's or 3 E's?
Well, there's 4 E's.
Like 2
Oh,
E's
there is.
consecutively.
I like it.
Yes.
Is it 3 E's?
Is there 2 back-to-back E's in Febreze or just 1 E?
I thought it was always 2.
It is one E. Easy E. Yes.
Easy E, that's correct.
All right. So for
Okay, but wait, hold up.
We did that one.
What about like, because you know that companies change their products like every like
Yeah.
few years and shit.
No, but they don't change the name.
They don't change. Yeah, you can't change the name. You can change the logo, but the name
Because
itself
if
is a
you
major
sit there,
change.
if you change the name, then you're changing the entire product. You know what I'm saying? It's a different product.
Is it wrong that I legitimately don't give a fuck about the Febreze one?
See, it goes into it like, who gives a fuck with it? I just need my room to smell not like.
All
Never
right.
mind.
No,
this
well,
one.
there's some others where I'm like, wait a minute. But the Febreze, I was like, fuck
Skechers.
Febreze. Yeah, fuck it.
Is Skechers spelled Sketchers or Skechers?
Is there a T in Skechers?
Wait. The first one has a T, the second one doesn't?
Correct.
I think it's the second one.
With no E, no T.
What's the question?
Skechers. Is it spelled with a T or without a T?
Skechers.
You're all three correct. There is no T in Skechers.
Which, when you look at it, should be Skechers.
Well, no, I mean
It's like Brett Favre. It's like, it's not Favre, it's Favre.
Bologna.
All right. So here's a one that everyone loves: the cereal Fruit Loops. Is it Fruit or Froot?
Like fruit, like the actual spelled fruit.
No, it's
No,
2
it's
O's.
2 O's.
It is 2 O's. Froot. It is Fruit Loops.
Yep.
Not Fruit Loops.
I only remember that one because I hate it.
You don't like Fruit Loops?
I never,
Yeah.
I don't like Fruit Loops
I
either.
I didn't have it as much as a kid.
Well, I'll
so
be honest.
didn't pay
I
attention.
had
I give less than a fuck.
but my whole thing with that, I didn't have Fruit
Correct.
Loops. I had
The knockoff.
no the other one.
Pebbles?
The Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles. Yeah.
I like Fruity Pebbles over Fruit Loops. That was
But,
just
like,
me.
You gotta eat it real quick, otherwise when it gets soggy, it's just like.
All right. I mean, we did the King George one. We did this one. We did the Pikachu one. We talked about the Kit Kat. We talked about the Fruit of the Loom. All right.
Ah, this one fucked me
Yeah.
up.
Cheese Its or Cheese It?
Cheese it.
Cheese it.
Singular.
We swear. Yep, it is singular. It
All
is
the reason why I know
Cheese
this
It.
is because ever since I got on diet, like Cheese It was like my go-to snack.
All right.
Mourning the loss of a snack.
So, when they introduced the next one, did they introduce the double stuff Oreo with 2 F's or the double stuff Oreo with 1 F? Is it STUF or STUFF?
STUFF.
I think it was 2 F's because it was double stuff.
I never ate them.
You
So
know?
I'm gonna go with double stuff, 2 F's.
There is only 1 F.
Which
My
makes
crippling
no fucking
addiction was
sense.
wrong.
It's double stuff. That's what it is.
It's like we're gonna purposely misspell this word and send it out. Like, why, Jeff? Why do we have to do this?
Because it's a great idea.
Oh, I like this next one. Does she have cleavage or not have cleavage?
No.
No.
What? We're talking about the Mona Lisa,
The
John.
Mona Lisa. Did she have a very, very obvious smile? Meaning that you look at her and
You
she's
can see the smile.
You could see the smile lines, or was it more of a subtle smile?
Subtle.
I think it was a subtle
Very
smile.
subtle smile.
Yep, it is she has
She's not, like,
a very subtle smile, meaning like her eye, like basically she's smiling, but her face looks like she's not. Yeah.
She's like, how long do I have to sit here, Leo?
Now,
I
did
still
this
go
one.
with the whole.
I have
cleavage
fucking
thing.
laundry you have to go pick up, Leo.
All right.
No, just to keep us smiling. Fuck off, Leo.
Here's another.
I have to pick up Angela at school.
I have to pee.
Okay, here's another one. Is it the Flintstones or the Flintstones?
Flint.
Dad, how many T's are in the Flintstones?
1 T.
There are two T's in the Flintstones.
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 Oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Because Flint, everything there is a fucking pun on rocks.
Flintstones.
All right. How many
I love the
Cinderella's castles are there in Disney Worlds?
In Disney World.
Well, not
Hold
Disney
on, wait.
World.
All right, so this is a trick question now. This is not a.
It is a type of trick
It's a
question.
trick question.
It's just one Cinderella castle.
Hold on.
There is only
There is
one Cinderella castle.
but it's in Disneyland.
No, it is Disney World.
That's right.
Well, what's the
Disneyland.
Is the one
It
in
is
California.
the Sleeping Beauty castle.
Okay.
That is blue and pink.
All right, so I was off. Okay. I had
Wrong.
Sorry.
Does anyone remember that you guys? I
This is more of a dad.
guarantee won't remember.
This is a dad one.
Dad, do you remember Ed McMahon in the Publishers Clearinghouse? Did not happen.
Yeah, McMahon.
We could see it clear as day, Ed McMahon handing families everywhere giant checks. But really, McMahon was never a spokesperson for the company. Instead, he worked for American Family Publishers. But he never handed anyone checks. His face was simply on the envelopes. People thought that Ed McMahon gave out checks. He could explain that to you. I don't know what the fuck was happening in the 90s,
Yeah,
80s,
but
and 90s.
it's like you prayed that one day these assholes
someone would come up
show
at your door and be
What
like,
happened?
"Here's $1 million."
No,
You know?
I'll tell you what happened. Back in the day, the Publishers Clearinghouse used to publish magazines, and they would give you you'd get it in a book, and they'd be like in a stamp. They look like stamps, 50, 60 of them. And what you do is you'd fill them out and you'd send them in. And that would be your chance at winning the grand prize of the Publishers Clearinghouse. And if you didn't get the grand prize, you wound up getting a subscription to whatever your favorite magazine was at the time. That's what that came out.
All right, so
some asshole would show up at your front lawn with a check and balloons, and you'd be like, "I can't believe this," and that's like they broadcast on TV.
Like the giant check and shit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
yeah, that's where all that came from.
Yeah, they stopped doing that.
All right, again, how many of us have seen the movie Casablanca?
Yes.
I know of it.
No.
I know
Yeah,
of
I
it.
know of it.
All right, do you
What-
remember what was the line said by Ingrid Bergman's character, Dad?
To Sam
Like at the end, like before she goes
about
on
the
the plane.
music.
No, not the one that. Not that one.
Well, it never really. Everybody misheard that. Everybody thought they said "play it again, Sam."
Correct.
What did he
Okay.
really say?
Play it, Sam.
No.
Oh.
Play it once, Sam, for old time's sake.
Okay.
See? Well, we did the Luke, I am your father thing.
Ah, here's a
Ooh,
good one.
here's a
Dad.
good one, Dad. Okay, so has anyone seen the movie Jaws?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dad, what was the line? By Roy Schneider's character.
When he first sees the shark,
We're gonna need a bigger boat? Is that the line?
or does he say, "You're gonna need a bigger boat"?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Okay.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. It's not we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh.
See, these little things, like it's fun. It's fun to sit there and think about.
Yeah.
You know,
That
like
was easy because it wasn't his boat anyway. So there's only one way he could have said that.
What color is chartreuse?
I don't even know if that was a fucking color.
Chartreuse.
When I think of chartreuse, it's like a charcuterie board or some shit like that. That's what I think about.
Of course, your fat ass.
Fuck
is
you.
related to food.
Isn't it like pink?
What are we
Blue.
talking about?
No,
What is
it's
the
a
chartreuse?
color.
It's a
Chartreuse
color.
is a color?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, here's a good one.
All right, Forrest Gump. Everyone's seen Forrest Gump? I haven't. I have not seen Forrest Gump.
I have.
Not
Great
seen the
film.
movie.
So, because again, it's one of the things everybody's seen. I don't need to really see it.
Okay.
Life is
Everyone's
like
seen
a
it, so I'm better than you.
life is like a box of chocolates. Is that the line?
Life is like a box of chocolates you get when you mama said something. Mama
used-
say, Mama Sapamakusa.
Mama used to beat me with a hose.
I do
Call me.
God.
No, go. I couldn't finish that line on
I
air.
think the proper thing was life's like a box of chocolates.
Life was like a box of chocolates.
Life was like a box of chocolate.
That was it. That's what the line was. Oh. No, we're not doing that one. We already
What
did
was that one?
No, it was about
This one legit fucked me up because it's been parodied countless times, and they always have this thing in it.
No, I'll explain. The movie Risky Business. Everybody knows the movie Risky Business. Well, do you know the movie Risky Business?
No.
Okay.
Tom Cruise. You know
But
Tom
if I
Cruise.
said
Yes,
you
I know.
think of
Okay, maybe I
Scientology.
Hold on.
might.
you never seen Risky Business, but if I said think of somebody sliding into frame wearing shirt and glasses
And just socks.
and socks, listening to
I
music,
know exactly what you're talking
you
about.
know
Yes.
exactly what I'm talking
Yes.
Did he wear sunglasses in that movie or not?
about during
The
that
movie
scene
or
in
in
particular.
that-
During that
scene.
scene in particular.
No.
I'm gonna say no.
He did not. No. And everybody put sunglasses on.
When
for
they do
some
that,
reason.
it's been parodied in The Simpsons,
They said it
Family.
was
Like it's
parodied
like
wrong, so I'm just like, no, he didn't wear sunglasses.
Honestly,
wear.
that did not go the way I thought it was. I was thinking that he wear tidy whities or like boxers. That's what I thought.
Oh
it
no,
was.
no, it's with the sunglasses. A lot of people think
Yeah.
that he was wearing
Oh,
sunglasses. He doesn't.
no.
And I think it's because I think on the cover of the movie or the poster, it's him smiling wearing glasses. And I think maybe that's it. I could be wrong about that too.
All right. So in the movie, I believe it was
That'd
Silence
be
of
the
the
Silence of the
Lambs.
Lambs.
Yeah, so,
Did he say the line, "Hello, Clarice"?
Oh. Did he?
Hello, Clarice.
Because everybody remembers "Hello, Clarice."
Did he?
Dad.
Did he?
I don't remember that movie that well.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
I've
either, but I
seen-
can
I know
remember
I know
that.
the
Seen
I
it.
know
Hello, or
the
did
gist.
he say hi, Clarice?
I saw
All
it,
he
like,
said
once.
Clarice.
was "Good morning."
He never
What?
said.
He
hello,
never
Clarice
said
at all.
"Hello, Clarice" at all.
You're
That's
lying.
bullshit. I've heard that. I've heard him say it.
Are you sure?
Here's the question.
100% sure.
Here's
you
the thing,
heard
though.
me.
I'm gonna
In that particular scene.
in that scene, like I think he might say it later on at the end when he's on the phone with her. Hello, Clarice, and then he goes into like because he's escaped. But in that scene when she walks up, he's just standing there, which is fucking terrifying.
And he just says "Good morning."
I think he just goes, "Good morning."
Hello there.
Well, Anthony Hopkins is a terrifying human being in general.
Fucking, he had 17 yeah, he's like 17 minutes of dialogue in that movie, and he's like iconic.
You
Yep.
respect that fucking man.
Oh no, I
man.
respect him with the he's
Every
Sir Anthony
fiber.
Hopkins,
Yes.
motherfucker.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so for the next one, kind of fucks me up. Everyone knows the song "We Are the Champions," right?
Yeah. I don't know where this one's going.
Did
How
in
does it
that
end?
song did he ever say "of the world"?
No. No, 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 no.
Yes,
no,
he
he
did.
did not.
No.
Yes, he did.
He did.
He does sing it at the end of the song,
Right.
but during the actual
We
in that
are
little
about to
break,
get a
No.
copyright.
At the end of the song, at the end, the outro is of the world.
I
So
don't
he
care.
does
I
say it
want
in
to
the
listen.
song.
Yes, but not in the place that you think he
Well,
says
then you
it.
got to say that.
Right. A lot of people think it's in the middle of the song. It's not. Never comes up.
They think it's part of what the hell's the word for it?
The
The
chorus.
chorus,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think it's part of it.
I am
Course.
also the world.
But it's part of the outro at the end.
I am also the children. Mr. Rogers,
God.
What?
you never seen that? Prince was not in. We'll explain.
We'll
that
explain
after.
later.
I'll explain. Prince was not invited to the We Are the World sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday Night Live got a hold of that, and they did a whole skit about it. And it was almost impossible to find online, but I finally found on his show Joey, and it's Billy Crystal as Prince.
Yeah.
He's coming out there and he's singing
That he's
We Are-
better.
He's better than all the other guys in the artists. And then he came out and he starts singing "We Are the World."
Yeah.
But he says instead of how's it go? Joe?
It goes, "We are the world. I am the world.
I am also the world.
I am also the world.
I am
also the children."
And he does this. It's really funny. It's funny.
All right, so the next one, and we have only 15 more to go. Quick, get through these.
Yeah, let's speed on
Mr.
this.
Rogers' theme song. How does it go? How does
I
it
don't
start?
know. Isn't that that
It's a
pedophile?
beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighborhood.
Nope.
What?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
In this neighborhood. Little tricky. Again, it's these little words that everyone just goes over.
We gloss over them because they're not important. Yeah.
We talked about the Lucy one. Number of U.S. states. Excuse the fuck out of me. No, but this has to be wrong. Not unless people are stupid.
People are stupid.
This is the number of U.S. states. The correct answer is 50, obviously, but some Americans and foreigners alike recall learning that they were 51 or 52 states. I joke about that because Uncle Keith used to laugh and say that Canada was our 51st state. You know, that's what I remember.
I mean, as soon as they push the paperwork and finally buy Puerto Rico, it will be 51. But what?
It's a Commonwealth, Josh.
Yeah, it's a Commonwealth. Relax.
No shit.
Then they also gonna get Guam too, like a 2-for-1 deal. Then they'll be 52.
Oh, okay. God, it's something I've never seen. I'll be honest, Dad. Something you'll probably learn. The places when Sally Field won her Oscar for Places in the Heart in 1985. What was the line to her acceptance speech? Because everyone remembers "You like me, you really, really like me," and that's not.
I think it's "They like me, they really, really like me."
No, what she said was, "I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me." That's what she said. That to me doesn't really fucking matter.
I've heard things
Because in pop culture, they repeat it as.
All right, this
like
one
me,
does
you
fuck
really,
me up
really
a bit.
like me.
This one fucks me up, but then again, I don't care
Just
about.
Fucking cut me off.
Sorry.
Okay, everyone knows Smokey the Bear, right? Or
Yes.
Smokey Bear? Is it Smokey the Bear or Smokey Bear?
I'm gonna say Smokey the Bear.
What? Can't hear you.
Smokey Bear.
Smokey Bear? Your favorite friend, Mr. Smoke. I call you Smokey Bear.
the Weed.
Smokey the Weed. I think it's Smokey Bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Smoker Bear too. I really don't
Nope,
remember.
it is Smokey the Bear.
Ah.
His name?
No, it says yes. That's the name, Smokey Bear.
Oh, you're right. Smokey Bear. Sorry. It is Smokey Bear. It's not Smokey the Bear. My bad. I read that wrong. It is Smokey Bear, not Smokey the Bear. His name is Smokey. So it's Smokey Bear. His last name's Bear. I don't know why. All right.
Only you can prevent forest fire.
All right. Well, this one's actually a... Jeez. Okay. Tank Man. Everybody know the picture of Tank Man or the video of Tank Man?
I do not.
No.
And perhaps the most memorable moment during the 1989... Whatever the
wasn't
fuck.
alive back then, Joe.
Namen.
Oh, I know. Where this
Dad,
is
it's the guy standing in front of the tanks, and like there's like 4 tanks. He's standing right in front of them.
What's it called? Tiananmen Square.
Tiananmen
Yes,
Square.
there you
Yeah.
go. See, he knows how to read. And
Yes. Oh wait, yes. No,
Thankfully.
Wasn't that in Vietnam or something? Fuck you.
but yes, there's a lot of people who sit there and remember
My bad. It was in China.
that he was run over in the video and was killed. Never happened.
What?
I don't remember him being run over. I only see the.
I
picture
don't
of him
remember that
standing
either.
there.
Yeah, I
See,
remember.
dumbass tank.
Well, I'll be honest. I remember the video. I remember the video of him
He's a-
standing there, and then the tank tries to pivot, and then he gets in front of the pivot.
and it
and
just shows you
and
how.
then it cuts off before
Yeah.
you see it. So
And-
that's what I think people sit there and
And
go.
it's just a testament of how dumb those tank drive. They can't drive. Those people who are driving those tanks can't drive. You would split and go tube around him, and then no, you can't be in 3 places at once.
How the fuck
Alright.
is that in Nelson Mandela's thing?
Well-
Because people thought that he was dead.
Neil Armstrong. Everybody thought that Neil Armstrong died in 2012.
No,
Did not happen. Man is still alive, punching people on the internet.
good for him.
That is
Who-
not a
who actually
thing.
thought he was alive or he was dead?
Same thing with Billy Graham. I don't know who the fuck Billy Graham is, but like Mandela, many can't place when Billy Graham's funeral aired on TV. He died in February of 2018. I don't remember him dying. I don't even know who that man is.
He was a
Rest in
preacher.
peace.
Seriously.
I saw him standing. Oh, okay. Dad, the Joan Jett song. What's the name of the song again?
I love rock and roll.
I love rock and roll. What was the beginning
Line.
line?
Saw him there and asked for his name.
I saw him standing there by the record machine.
Right.
It's really I saw him dancing there by the record machine. Was Mother Teresa canonized?
You know what? I can't answer that. It was on my to-do list, and I kept saying, well, I have the president. I gotta entertain him. We going to golf, and I gotta say it
She
the
was
mass.
canonized, but everyone remembers it during the 90s. when she was still alive.
No, you can't be
You can't
canonized.
be canonized if you're not in heaven.
You can't exactly.
If you're not dead, you can't be canonized.
That's kind of like one of the prerequisites. You got to go belly up before they say you're a saint. You can't be walking around like a saying I'm a saint.
What the fuck does canonize mean?
To be
Someone
so
say-
in the
Something like
Catholic
the-
religion, when someone dies, we can add new saints to like, oh, you're a saint now.
Yeah, they're like Pokemon. Every generation, you get like 4 or 5 of them.
You don't get cards though.
They should. I've been Poke Priest has been.
Getting involved in this conversation.
Yeah, like
Hey,
I want a
we
new
talk
pack of.
about that off air.
I want a new pack of the hologram Mother Teresa. That's what I want.
It's a sort of
First edition.
just a
Guys,
picture of
pull
me
the
like
new
this. is the
hologram Mother-
Pope.
You're not getting canonized.
No, I'm not getting canonized.
All right.
I might get placed into a cannon and thrown into a river like a drum, but that's about it.
Why does everyone remember the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion happening in 1986? I'm sorry, 1984 or 85. It really happened in 1986.
I don't remember that. I mean, I was here at
I
the
knew it was
time.
86. I don't know why.
A lot of people place it in 84 or 85.
Just people misremembering.
The Lindbergh baby? Calm down, Anthony.
I didn't do it.
When aviator Charles Lindbergh's infant son was kidnapped, the entire world focused on their attention on the story. Many remember the case going cold, but they said they found the body and sentenced the killer to death for the heinous crime.
See, that's other like I've always heard the Lindbergh baby, but I never knew what happened, and I always thought it was an unsolved mystery.
A lot of people think Charles kidnapped him himself.
Really?
So I
That's
didn't know
something.
any about
That's
this.
could be a future episode of Is This Real?
Yeah, it could be.
Well, Patrick Swayze's health. Though the actor
Not
sadly
good.
died after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, people say they remember him recovering. If that was the case, he'd still be here. So how is that a Mandela effect?
I think it's more like he didn't like. It's like he announced he had cancer, but it didn't go away. Like someone who says they had cancer is like I'm going to seek treatment, and then they go into hiding and
Remember when things
privatize
can
their
be
life. He didn't do
published?
that.
Remember publishing dates.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I could just say publishing dates of this article that you're reading.
I don't know.
And it like depends who writes it. They might not be all caught up.
May 25th, 2022.
So relatively new.
Like he died literally 10 years ago. Like
Like I was gonna say, like if someone like rewrote an article, like maybe like
No,
the last one, well, one of the last ones I have is Leonardo DiCaprio's first Oscar. Though Leo finally took home his first Oscar for Best Actor in 2016, countless people argue he scored one much earlier. It's easy to get this one confused though because he was previously nominated 5 other times.
exactly.
But I remember in 2016, everybody was like, "Let's finally get Leo an Oscar." Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
everyone
remember
was
the
saying, like,
push for it.
finally
Yeah,
give him an
like-
Oscar.
And then
We did that one.
No, this is a location.
Oh well, yeah, we talked about it though.
Yeah, so that's the 50 I went through.
But that could be good because even I didn't know that there was a difference in that there are 2 sides of the fucking U.S.
Oh, the Disney World Castle.
Yeah.
You didn't know there was a castle in Disneyland?
No, I know there was a castle. I didn't know where it was or which side. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know that the fucking Disneyland, Disney World were different, and that one was in Florida and the other one was in California.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh,
interesting when you like compare them because
Well, Disneyland was the original.
yeah, Disney World's the Florida
Is
one.
the Florida one
and
that they
like
expanded.
there are obviously things that cross over that like it's the same in both, and then like there's like no this was it's like Pokemon Red and Blue. It's like this has some exclusive things and this one has some exclusive things, and never the twain shall meet.
And
Like Pokemon Go, there are some region exclusives.
yeah, exactly. And it
That's
depends on
Pokemon Japan. That's the Disney Japan.
and that it depends on what obviously the Disney World is going to be bigger and it has different parks. Disneyland is just that one park,
Exactly.
so and it has
Yeah.
a much smaller castle.
Yeah.
And it's like pink and blue or some shit like
it's
that.
pink and blue, like you said before.
Snow White.
Sleeping
yeah.
Beauty.
So Mandela Effect, guys, it's not really a question of whether we believe it's real or not, because it's not that it's not or is real.
Hold on, wait, before you do that, I don't mean to interrupt, but can I just shit on one thing first?
Go have your
Real
have your
quick,
5
real
minutes,
quick.
Anthony.
Can we just say that what the Mandela is not? I don't believe that, like, when people sit there and go, like, oh, they turned on the Parker reactor at CERN, the high, whatever the reactor thing, that
On
fucked up the
alternate
timeline.
universe, all right.
It fucked up the timeline, and now we're seeing things from an alternate universe, or that we're merging dimensions, and that things from the past and the things from now are becoming one, and then we have a way of looking at it like get fucked. There has never been a moment where someone's like, no, this is what it really is, and they were able to pull out, no, I have the proof. There is no proof. And that's what fucks me up, is everyone's so sure of, like, who people who really believe in the Mandela Effect are willing to die. Like, no, it was always Jiffy. I remember holding the peanut butter, looking at it in my hand. Like, no, you didn't. Yes, I fucking did. Like, all right, we'll find some proof of it. Well, I can't. Well, then it didn't fucking happen, asshole. Like, I hate people who are like, no, we're actually seeing a different dimension. Or we're living in a simulation. Or the world actually ended in 2012 and we're living in a new port. Like, it's fuck off. There's logical reasons why the Mandela Effect is an effect, but it's not a real thing. That's all I wanted to say.
I think we got his answer.
Well, obviously. But yeah, so again, I don't think it's more of a yes that it's real or not, because obviously it has to go back into what we were talking about with definitions or the psychology behind everything, the parapsychology, if you will.
Yeah, the human nuba or whatever he said it was.
Yeah,
Heuristics.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the aristocrats or whatever the fuck.
Sounds
that
like
was.
an Egyptian god. Like, we will now play the heuristics.
So yeah, just to run down
The
everybody.
god of definitions.
Can you mute
what?
him?
No, not now. Not now. We're almost done. So we did the Mandela Effect with false memories today. Each episode, short season, longer episodes. That is our season this year. This season. Shut up. Shut the fuck
We're
up.
going to give you...
You had one job.
And I'm doing that job to the best of my ability. That's all you can ask me
That's
for.
right. We're going longer episodes. That's even more episode that you're not going to listen to.
Yeah,
For
so
the ladies, that's more girth for you.
just to sit there and run down what
length.
these episode is. We're talking about hypnosis next week.
That's not what
Hypnosis.
they want. That's not what they
Ooh,
want, Tony.
Mind control, and Wes, we're talking deeper about MK Ultra.
Okay, Ultra.
MK Ultra. The episode after that, we're talking about kinesis. Sorry about that. And telepathy.
Psychokinesis.
Pyrokinesis. We're gonna blow shit up with our brains.
Oh, I wish I could.
That's gonna be the episode after that, we're talking about precognition, remote viewing, and clairvoyancy.
Clairvoyance. There's no clairvoyancy. It's clairvoyance.
Okay, let's wrap this bitch up.
Someone's bedtime has
Episode
been
5,
passed.
I'll be honest, I'm excited for its near-death experiences.
DMT.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited to talk about that.
I've had many of those.
Number
Piss him
6,
off.
we're gonna go into a little religious with reincarnation and past lives. Reincarnation it's mostly a religious thing. you know?
Sure.
Not really.
Fuck. Yeah.
Name
But
one
okay.
scientific reasoning that reincarnation happens, because it's always been religion based.
Ooh, cousins going at it. Let's go. Let's do this. Ding, ding, Nick. No, I didn't say anything.
I was gonna say there's tons of fucking cultures that actually talk about reincarnation.
That are not religious based.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll save it for the episode.
that-
Keep going.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Episode 7, we're gonna go into media manipulation, which is something
That's a very real thing.
that's a very real thing, and can fuck with people's minds. And then we do have a special episode to end this season off.
And we might have another episode.
We might
gotta
be
remember what
talking
the
about.
fuck we were discussing.
But to top it off, our special episode is the Satanic Panic 2.0.
2.0.
Calm down.
Hell say it.
Hey yo!
But
Not on this.
what are you looking for, Dad?
No, I just say that piss people off.
Money.
I'm an atheist.
$1 million bill for you. Maybe it wouldn't be real. Who knows?
Nope, not our luck. Not our luck, Dad. Anywho, anybody
Let's go
else?
around the room, see if you believe in it.
No, I think everybody believes that.
No, final thoughts, Dad.
I think it has some basis in reality. I also think that either our brains aren't conditioned to remember shit properly, or we're too busy in our daily lives to not give a fuck about unimportant things and remember them just like I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Didn't even give a one-word answer. I'm just.
That's that's my.
You look at that answer, add me to that too.
Wes is like Control V.
All right, so hop, skip over there. Cito.
Yeah, the Mandela Effect is just memory and how it works. then I know there's some people out there that believe the fact that alternate timelines. Well, go read a book about psychology.
He said, read a book, read a book, read a
Be a man. Read a book.
Like that's all it is. Just read up on memory and how
Well,
it
let's
works.
just put it this way: if you've listened to us before, and you think that Cito doesn't talk a lot, he's going to be talking a lot this season.
Thank God for that.
Yes.
It shuts me up.
Thank
God
God
for
for that.
Exactly.
You know what else shuts you up? The fucking mute button.
All right, Roadblock. Your final thoughts on this?
I believe it is an effect, and it's more of just a word given to a phenomenon. At least for me, that's how I see it, because there's always what I like to say is the memory bias, and it just so happens that a lot of people will share that same memory bias. It's like, oh, I remember something happening this way, but as we stated before, there's little gaps that the brain creates when it comes to memory, because not every single piece of data from that experience is going to be memorized. So sometimes it blanks out and you generalize or connect it in a way that, yeah, I remember that way, but your brain can't sit there and literally remember every single tiny detail from each situation. So for me, I think it kind of falls more under memory bias, but I believe it's a phenomenon. It just so happens that us as humans, we all collectively experience it.
All right. I'll be honest. I'll control V that one.
I mean,
Control
yeah.
V that one. The Pope.
It's yeah, I'm online, whatever. I recognize it. No, I recognize that it's an actual thing that we experience, but when you break it down, it's not something that's mystical or magical or.
We're not down for what people's theories of it are.
Yeah, no.
It's like we know what
it's
it
all
is.
psychological based.
But when people turn around and try to base theories off of, well,
it's very simple.
we're now into Earth B.
Yeah. It's like
No,
we're
no,
not
it's not.
fucking tape recorders or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
our brains are not recording devices.
Yeah.
And even at that, when
It
you
is a
record,
transmuter, though.
yeah, but like even when you record something, that is now it's not a 3D recording. You know what I mean? Like it is 2D. You're only you're watching a screen, and all that information, you don't get to see what's on the other side of most of those things. So my point is, we don't remember things perfectly. It's psychological based, and if you think that we've entered an alternate timeline, you're fucking stupid.
Or as I like to say, get fucked.
Exactly.
All right.
Joey,
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be the title of the season. Get fucked.
you're not wrong. You're stupid.
No. That's
Get
the
fucked.
it's the whole season. Get mentally fucked.
Yep. That's gonna be our T-shirt. Get mentally fucked.
Valid.
Season 9. Is this real?
All caps.
All caps. I'm gonna create that tonight.
TM.
Do it, please.
TM.
Do
Have
it for
one
me.
letter be a different font, just to mess up with them.
Fuck you. That's fucked up.
I fucking love him.
All
I
right.
told you he is my carbon copy.
All right. So everyone, say good night,
Night, everyone.
Adios, motherfuckers.
Good night, everybody.
and we will catch you guys next week. Remember, guys, question everything. Good night.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc, or on Twitter at isthisrealpc, or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.